Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Wisconsin.
Hi, everybody, and welcome from Target Field, downtown Minneapolis. Day baseball this Saturday afternoon. It's the Brew Crew and the Minnesota Twins. Game 2 of the series. Last night, the Brewers got it jump-started early. One of 3 homers in the game. Segura, Lucroy, and Lind. Jonathan Lucroy had 3 hits in last night's game. Adam Lind was the star last night. He had 3 hits as well, and 6 runs batted in. One of his best nights as a big leaguer. And hi, everybody. We welcome you inside Target Field in Minneapolis. I'm Brian Anderson along with Bill Schroeder. We'll hear from Sophia Minard in just a little while as well. All right, the Brewers last night scoring 10 runs on 12 hits. It takes 2 L's to get a win, I guess. Jonathan Lucroy and Adam Lind. Big nights from those 2 guys.
Well, when you talk about 2 keys to the lineup, Adam Lind and Jonathan Lucroy, it all started with Adam Lind in yesterday's ballgame. A 3-run home run to give the Brewers an early 5-0 lead, but Adam Lind has been a pretty streaky hitter for the Brewers so far this year. Great pickup from the Toronto Blue Jays. Started the season out red hot, then cooled down. Yesterday we talked about the 3 for 5, 6 RBIs, maybe the beginning of a nice hot streak for Adam Lind. And the Brewers can certainly use it. So you go from a streaky hitter to one of the more consistent hitters in this Brewers lineup in Jonathan Lucroy. Got off to a very slow start, got hurt, missed 6 weeks, and since his return, he's back to the Jonathan Lucroy that everybody remembers from last year, going line to line, live drives to right, home runs to left center. Certainly a key component to his batting orders. You got Lind, you've got Lucroy, you got Braun back in the lineup. Hopefully the Brewers get some runs today.
Well, Lucroy has great career numbers against Minnesota. We're all set up for baseball today. Matt Garza, the former Twin, is on the mound. It'll be his first chance since his great work out of the bullpen in that 17-inning game. Sophia Minard has more on Garza right after this.
Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. It's a beautiful day for baseball as the border battle continues here at Target Field in Minneapolis. We get a look at today's starter, Matt Garza, coming off of a win in relief. 5 shutout innings for Garza, just 3 hits allowed for him. It's Sunday's walk-off 17-inning win. And for Matt Garza, it was an outing that he desperately needed. He had been looking for a win in his last 5 starts, an ERA over 7, but that win in relief, those 5 shutout innings, it was vintage Garza. And pitching coach Rick Kranitz said that Garza rediscovered himself there in that outing and pointed out that it was really about Garza getting back to himself and being in attack on the mound.
You just want to get back to your strengths and get back to, a simple approach, and that's for him. It's throwing his two-seamer and being more aggressive to the right-handed hitters or to hitters in general inside, and that's who he is, when you don't have command of the outer third and you try to do it, and when the ball happens to leak back over the plate, that's a dangerous thing. And I've seen him get hurt on that, a few too many times. So we need to get back to pounding right-handers inside and really to be able to, especially with his velocity, his movement, to where he opens up, down and away when he needs to make pitches.
Matt Garza started his career as a Twin. He makes his first career start here at Target Field here today. The border battle continues. The Brewers looking to follow up yesterday's 10-run win. We'll get first pitch for you coming up next on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Twins in front.
We are Wisconsin.
Lucroy turns on one. Gone! Saturday afternoon baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The Brewers on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino all season long. Book your stay now. Game 2 of this 3-game series, 73 degrees. It is so nice here in the Twin Cities. They're expecting a little rain in this area a little bit later on. Hopefully this game will be long gone when that happens, because right now it is perfect baseball weather. Craig Counsell and the Brew Crew winning last night. Good ball game last night that went in 5s. Brewers scored the first 5 runs, the Twins the next 5. And then the Brewers scored the last 5 in the last 2 innings to win the game. The Potawatomi batting order for Council today. Gomez back in the leadoff spot. Lucroy hits second. Ryan Braun returns to the batting order today. He'll hit third. In the middle of the order, it's Adam Lind, Aramis Ramirez, and Gerardo Parra. Gene Segura, who had a leadoff homer last night, he hits 7th. Shane Peterson will be the designated hitter. And Luis Sardinas at second and batting 9th. And a Major League first here for the Twins today. J.R. Graham, his first career Major League start. And Rock, they're hoping to maybe get 4 or 5 innings out of him today.
Yeah, 75 pitches. All 14 appearances for Graham have come out of the bullpen. Last time out was back on May 31st. Matter of fact, this is his first appearance in his last 16 days. So you wonder how sharp he's going to be. A Rule 5 selection from the Atlanta Braves in the offseason.
Sporting the high socks, he always works from the stretch, which is unusual for a starting pitcher, but he's ready to roll. Gomez drops a bunt down, and on 2 hops, barehanded by Plouffe, safe at first. Right away, the Brewers get a man on a bunt single by Carlos Gomez.
Well, even with the third baseman, even with the bag, when Gomez puts one down where he wants it, not too many going to be able to throw him out. Gomez disguises it pretty well. You saw Plouffe was even with the bag, but still not able to get enough on the throw to get Gomez at first.
That extends Gomez's hitting streak to 9 consecutive games. That is his 5th bunt single this year. And here is Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy back in the 2 spot in the order. This is the lineup that Council would prefer, at least the structure of it, with Ryan Braun returning to the lineup today, having missed the last 2 games. Braun goes into that 3 spot, and then it allows Council to put Gomez back in the leadoff spot and Lucroy, an ideal number 2 hitter, to hit behind him.
Yeah, still looking for that opening day lineup way back in the beginning of April. But they're inching closer to that.
Lucroy last night 3 for 5. He drove in 2 runs, scored a run, hit a home run, his first of the year last night. His career against the Twins is stellar. He's a .360 hitter lifetime against Minnesota, has 19 ribbies in 22 games prior to this one. And that batting average is on the rise. This is his 5th game back since returning from the disabled list. Out with a toe injury.
And been starting to drive that ball to right field like he did all year last year. Did it a couple of times in yesterday's game.
0-2 the count. Gomez takes off. Lucroy takes inside, and Gomez steals that one easily. He got a great jump of J.R. Graham. And a runner at second for Lucroy now in a 1-2 count.
Yeah, take liberties on the bases. You know that Graham is going to be concentrating on the plate, trying to get the hitter. A high leg kick, and not even close at second base. Herman's throw sailed on him a little bit.
6th steal for Gomez. I think the Twins are going to maybe take a look at this one. At least Molitor is indicating he might want to check a replay, and that information comes from his clubhouse that Gomez was indeed safe, and so we carry on here. It's a much more efficient way to do this compared to last year.
Yeah, well, even before that, having Molitor go out there and argue a little bit, right? Of course, that wouldn't be bad either once in a while. Pull the old Lloyd McClendon from time to time.
That was great. Still the best ejection of the year from the other day. Ball and 2 strikes on Lucroy. And he hits it sharply. That's a line drive out. Gomez will be doubled off second base. And the kind of base running mistakes that have plagued the Brewers this year. No sense taking off right there.
And once again, Lucroy hits it right on the nose, but the Twins defense was perfect. They were a little bit shaky in yesterday's ball game, particularly in the latter part of the game, as you check out the Menards Twins defense. Had a couple of changes out there. You got Danny Santana at shortstop. Shane Robinson gets a start out in left. Ryan Dozier has been outstanding, not only at the plate, but in the field. A .996 fielding percentage.
That's the top spot, top number in the American League. 2 outs now. Here is Ryan Braun. And we'll see how the cryotherapy injection has worked for Ryan Braun. He was very upbeat, very confident yesterday. He left Wednesday morning from St. Louis. He flew back to Los Angeles, where a cryotherapy expert resides, his doctor, and gave him an injection in the thumb. Matter of fact, there's a couple of injections. He showed us where it goes. There's one right on the wrist and then one in the thumb. I think it's 3 total injections, and there's a lot of swelling because of that for a day or two. That's why Braun was unavailable yesterday, but all good today. He said he feels great, took batting practice today, and no problems. Braun has a nerve in his right thumb that has given him a lot of trouble over the last few years. So the idea with the cryotherapy is to deaden that nerve, at least freeze it for the short term, so he doesn't feel the pain.
It's not going to fix the problem, but it's going to make Braun, give him an opportunity to get out there and play anyway.
1-2 count. Braun sends one to center field. That ball's well hit, and look at this one fly. Ryan Braun with a home run. His 13th home run of the year, and it was hit like a missile out of here to center field. 1-0 Brewers.
Yep, on a 1-2 pitch. Graham with a pretty good fastball. He gets it up there at 96, 97, but that one down the middle of the plate. And Ryan able to knock it out of here to dead center. Not very good location. You wouldn't expect that. This kid hasn't been out on the mound all that much. Powerball home run count for Ryan Braun, number 13. Lucky number 13.
Well, welcome back to the ball club. So the early signs are positive for Ryan Braun on this procedure he had earlier in the week. The home runs for Braun, he is 5 off the National League lead. Bryce Harper and Giancarlo Stanton have hit 18 apiece.
It's a good way to come back. I'll get the smile back on the face quickly.
Brewers have hit 4 home runs in the series now, 3 yesterday. Adam Lind hit a long homer in yesterday's game, a 3-run shot. He bats with 2 outs. 6 RBIs yesterday. Second most RBIs in his career. Had an 8 RBI game against the Texas Rangers while he was a member of the Blue Jays. That was back in 2009. And he's had 6 RBIs in a game on 3 occasions. Twice against the Twins. He did it 2 years ago against Minnesota here at Target Field, September of 13, and then he did it again last night.
And as we mentioned when we came on the air, Lynn can be a streaky hitter, and maybe yesterday was the beginning of a good stretch for him.
In a 2-2 count, Lynn back at first base today. He was the designated hitter last night. And he bounces one, the only infielder on that side. And Lind is retired. Well, Ryan Braun back in a big way. He goes deep in his first at bat on a 2-strike pitch. 1-0 Brew Crew. 39 runs batted in. Good start for Milwaukee today, giving Matt Garza an early lead. Paul Molitor and the Minnesota Twins, they remain atop the American League Central Division opening play today. The Royals lost again yesterday, so the Twins in first place, 10 games over 500. Here's the batting order for Minnesota, courtesy of Potawatomi. You got Dozier, Shane Robinson, Joe Mauer at the top. In the middle, it's Trevor Plouffe, Torrey Hunter, Eddie Rosario. And the bottom three from Molitor is Chris Herman behind the plate. Aaron Hicks will hit 8 today. And back in there is Danny Santana, their shortstop. He'll hit 9th. That's the batting order that will face Matt Garza.
Yeah, last time out, it was in relief in that 17-inning game. 5 scoreless for the win that broke a personal 4-game losing streak for Matt Garza. Making start number 4 against his old team, the Twins. He's 1-1. And he's pitched pretty well against Minnesota. Only 4 earned runs in 20 1/3 innings coming into today's start.
This is his first appearance of his career at Target Field. Rock mentioned his career against the Twins covers 3 starts. Stellar ERA against his former club. As Dozier on the first pitch, a fly ball to Braun, easy as it gets, and 1 away on 1 pitch. I'd be curious to see if that relief effort by Garza will get him into a groove on the mound. He's been inconsistent this year. I think he'd be the first to tell you that. His numbers indicative of that. But Garza, that was a real team effort in that 17-inning win, and nobody played a bigger role in that game than Matt Garza, who was supposed to pitch the next day in St. Louis. He made himself available to Craig Counsell, said, look, I can give you a couple of innings. And he ended up going 5 shutout innings, taking it through the 17th inning before Maldonado hit the walk-off homer.
Yeah, not sure what the Brewers would have done if that game had gotten much further. But what we saw from Garza in that relief appearance was a very aggressive approach. I mean, not messing around, just pounding the strike zone, working inside on right-handed hitters, and that's something that Craig Counsell has been urging him to do for a while now.
Facing Shane Robinson in the starting lineup today, a little jam shot, and Segura hustles it over to first for the second out. Good pitch by Garza. Check the Brewers defensively, Rock, courtesy of Menard.
Yeah, a couple of changes from last night. You got Luis Sardinas at second base, and Adam Lynn goes from the DH over to first base. Adam Lynn flourished in yesterday's ball game. His old position in the American League with the Blue Jays, but back at first today. And Ryan Braun back in the lineup after missing 2 games.
Which allows Parra to go back to left field. Shane Peterson got the start last night in left. He is the designated hitter today. Counsell getting another left-handed bat in there. Here's Joe Mauer. His 3-run homer in yesterday's game tied the game. That was part of a 5-run 5th inning. The Brewers had a 5-0 lead until the Twins came roaring back.
There was an 0-2 pitch that Mauer hit out. Lowe's tried to come inside on him, didn't get it in there, and Mauer knocked it out of here. Only his 2nd home run of the season.
Had one just a couple of weeks ago. As Garza picks on the edge, can't get the call, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Mauer, like Lucroy against the Twins, has had great success against the Brewers. .351 career batting average in his 55 career games. Ooh, just missed. Garza trying to hit the edge. Mauer is an opposite field hitter for the most part. His home run yesterday was pulled into the bleachers in right field. But for the most part, his strength now is from center field to left field, and those are where most of his extra bases come as well, when he shoots that gap just like that.
And that's the way the Brewers are playing him. They've got Gerardo Parra playing him like a right-handed pull hitter. Gomez is shaded around toward left, pretty much straight away in the infield.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Mauer. Garza trying to make it a 3-up, 3-down inning. Brewers got one from a Ryan Braun homer in the top of the first. Mauer again with that opposite field stroke. Great crowd today. Just a beautiful day for baseball. And I take a lot of criticism about not putting a roof on this ballpark when it was built, but these are the kind of days that the Twins had in mind when they made this an open-air venue. This is as good as it gets.
Great ballpark when it's not cold or raining, right?
2-2 the count, and Mauer fouls another one off.
Very tough guy to strike out, Joe Mauer. You can see why. He waits on the ball very well. You can get him inside, but Lowe's tried to do it yesterday, missed, and knocked it out of the ballpark. You want to pitch him in, you better get it in there and not miss out over the plate.
Mauer in the middle of a long deal with the Twins that won't conclude until 2018. For now, he continues in the premium spot in the batting order, hitting third. Rolls over one. Sardinez will make the play, and a good start for Matt Garza. Had a tough time shaking Mauer, but it's still a 13-pitch inning and a 1-2-3 frame.
Crew a 1-0 lead as we head to the second inning, and free T-shirt Fridays return to Miller Park Friday, June 12th, as when the Brewers play host to the Washington Nationals. All fans in attendance get a Brewers retro T-shirt courtesy of Hupy and Abraham. Call 414-902-4000 or go to Brewers.com to reserve your spot today.
It's continuing a trend for the Brewers against pennant chasing teams and first place teams. The Washington Nationals lead their division by a half game, led by Bryce Harper. Looking forward to seeing the Nationals up close and personal after this road trip concludes. Brewers still have 2 here in Minnesota. Then the Brewers go to Pittsburgh for 3.
Yeah, don't forget about the Pirates. They're playing some pretty good ball. They won 8 of 10, 4 in a row.
The former Pirate Aramis Ramirez, his career began with Pittsburgh, coming to an end with Milwaukee this year. Ramirez takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. None of the Brewers have ever faced J.R. Graham. This is his first major league start. He's in the big leagues for the first time, so it's a new experience for everyone. It is interesting that he works from the stretch. He has been a starting pitcher in the minor leagues. The Twins got him in the Rule 5 draft. That's an off-season draft. Players that are left off rosters or not protected on major league rosters are then they become available, and the Twins decided to go ahead and draft him in that Rule 5 draft, which means he has to stay in the major leagues all year. And a swing and a miss. A breaking ball got him. So Ramirez is the first strikeout victim of J.R. Graham. Starts the second inning. Brewers found their offense last night. 10 runs on 12 hits. Segura's got a nice little run going. His last 7 games hitting .375. He's also sitting on an 8-game hit streak. Parra's been swinging the bat well. Had a home run in St. Louis. Braun has come back and now hit a home run. So it gives him 13 long balls since the end of April.
And the two guys that did most of the damage last night, not even on that graphic. Lind and Lucroy.
A lineup that is close to what the Brewers hoped it would be to start the season. Only guy missing from the mix right now is Scooter Gennett, but that was not just injury but ineffectiveness. He's down in the minor leagues playing right now. Chris Davis still on the disabled list.
Still looking to get that opening lineup back on the field. Might take a while. Davis going to be out another 5-6 weeks. And Scooter Gennett down in the minor leagues trying to figure things out.
Wonder if we can talk the new commissioner Rob Manfred into going with a 2-halves season this year. Take the mulligan in the first half, and then,
that'd be nice.
Yeah,
like the minor leagues.
Right. I'd be all for it.
I think the Brewers would be too.
2 halves would have got him in the postseason last year, huh?
That's right.
Graham in a 3-1 count on Gerardo Parra. He hits one sharply. Dozier knocks it down, recovers, and time to make the play. Just hovering along the ground was Brian Dozier.
Yeah, talk about Graham being a Rule 5 guy with the Atlanta Braves. He was pitching in Double-A last year. He never has seen Triple-A. Doesn't mean to say he's not going to at some point, but the Twins are trying to figure out where he fits in best. Mentioned this is his second appearance in over 2 weeks.
He has not pitched more than 3 innings this year or as a major leaguer. He's done that his last 2 times out, but a lot of time between his outings. He's been pitching in the bullpen. Segura batting for the first time here with 2 away.
Yeah, the one thing he has been doing is throwing strikes. 3 walks, 12 strikeouts coming into play today, and 14 2/3 innings. Small sample size, but he's getting a shot today because of the doubleheader that the Twins had against the Red Sox on Saturday.
Twins had to put Ricky Nolasco on the disabled list with an ankle injury. Irvin Santana still on the suspended list. He is not expected back until July.
Actually, that doubleheader was Wednesday, not Saturday.
Yeah, they had a rain out in Boston. Played 2 Wednesday, then a day game Thursday. J.R. Graham was available for the day game on Thursday in Boston, a game in which the Twins won, but they didn't need him. So that's why he gets to start here today. 25 years of age, from Livermore, California, Northern California, up there in wine country. Called strike.
Love the stirrups. You don't see many guys wearing the stirrups jacked up that high these days.
Got the old school look. Got to have the high arch in the back. It's a major fashion faux pas if the high arch is in the front. Up the middle, going to be a tough play. Dozier gloves, throws, and the ball is in and out of the glove of Mauer. Base umpire called him out, but
no, he's safe.
I'm not sure he saw that the ball had popped out. Brian Knight eventually calls him safe. And
what are they doing here? Are they wondering if he had it long enough? I'm not sure.
Well, basically, I think Knight called him out and is going to have this overturned by his fellow compadres.
Oh, there's a surprise. He dropped the ball.
Even Joe Mauer applauds. I mean, he can't be the one to change the play once he's called it, so you have to have.
Yeah, he can.
Well, I mean, you got to have a meeting, right?
Right. Well, he never has the baseball in his glove. He never sees that.
He calls him out right.
And I guess he's wondering, did Mauer have it long enough? Is he trying to get out of his hand? I'm not sure. Never had it.
It took a minute, but they got it organized.
And Segura gets a hit.
Infield hit for Segura. You mentioned the stirrups that Graham wears. Is a really interesting backstory to that. His mother is legally blind. She can see just a little bit, and what she can see the best is white. And in order for her to see her son when he's out on the field or in a lineup with other players, she knows it's him because of the white in the socks. It's something that he started as an amateur player, and he used to wear white shoes with the white socks under the stirrups, and that's how his mother could recognize it was him. She looks through binoculars to try to pick up which player is her son. Even when she watches television, she uses the binoculars. It's a beautiful story.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
She didn't even know that's why he did that. She had no idea that he was doing this. She just knew that he wore his pant legs a certain way with stirrups, and she was able to recognize that it was him for that reason. So he has carried on the tradition here in the professional ranks and now here in the big leagues.
Yeah, good for him.
Always thinking about mom.
Yep.
She sounds like an amazing woman. And her son is a big leaguer, and as of today, a big league starter with a golden arm.
And he can throw hard, just a matter of his ability to throw the breaking ball for strikes, which he's had a difficult time with so far today. And fastball, upper 90s, slider, and an occasional changeup. He won't throw too many. Maybe the lefties once in a while.
Peterson, the designated hitter today, did have a hit yesterday. He was having a rough day at the plate with 3 strikeouts, and his last at bat, he wasted no time.
And Kyle Gibson gave him problems with that changeup of his. Changeup and 2 seamers, and 4th time up, first pitch, base hit into the left.
There would be no deep count in that at bat. The golden sombrero was looming. So he got a hit, one of the 12 hits for Milwaukee yesterday.
You ever struck out 4 times?
No.
Come on.
I didn't. I didn't strike out much. I hit a lot of foul pops by the first base dugout.
Yeah, you're a contact hitter.
I was one of those. I'd have fit right in with the Brewers. Swing early and get the at bat over with.
You know what? That's a horrible feeling. Striking out that many times. I've done it on occasion.
That's when you start rooting for foul balls to be caught.
Yeah, hit a pop up, and I hope the guy catches it.
2 Ks for J.R. Graham. Peterson goes down swinging. 1-0 Brewers.
presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. The Crew with a 1-0 lead here at Target Field. And Craig Counsell mentioned before the game about Matt Garza's last outing, the 5 relief innings shutout for him on Sunday in that 17-inning game. He said what you love was Garza's response, that when he came up to him in the dugout, said, "Hey, Matt, we may need you." His response was to sprint to the bullpen and get ready, that there was no doubt in his mind he was ready to go. And he said, you just love that openness. But he said prior to that Garza had already done a bit of a mental adjustment. He had decided what he needed to do the next time on the mound, getting back to his strengths. And he said sometimes your strengths as a pitcher don't always match up with the weaknesses of the hitter, but Garza set that aside and said, I'm going to stick to what I'm good at.
And just go for it, right? I mean, no margin for error. You give up a run, it might cost your team a game. And maybe that aggressiveness that we saw from him in that outing is going to help him tonight. Or I should say today.
First batter faced is Trevor Plouffe, saws his bat off, and a pop-up out to Sardinez. That one ate him up. Garza's pitched very effectively on the inner half of the plate to start this game.
And that's what Rick Kranitz has been looking for him to do more often. And you see that two-seam fastball, and Trevor Plouffe just gets eaten up, blows his bat up, and an easy out. You establish inside like that early in the game, and then you start going away with the slider. You mix the curveball in there. That's what he was able to do on Sunday in that relief appearance. A lot of aggressiveness you saw from Garza.
Facing Torrey Hunter. Hunter was a Twin when Garza first arrived to Minnesota. Garza was a first-round draft pick by the Twins. He was in that same draft as Ryan Braun. That was a great draft. There are some very impressive names in the 2005 draft. As like Ryan Zimmerman and Tulowitzki and Braun. Hunter into center field, playable for Gomez. 2 men are out here in this second inning. Now, Garza was the 25th overall pick in the 05 draft by the Twins. The first pick that year was Justin Upton. Alex Gordon was in that draft. Braun went 2 spots ahead of Tulowitzki. There was a lot of discussion in the Brewers war room on whether they should take Tulowitzki, the shortstop, or Braun, the third baseman at the time. Jay Bruce was in that draft.
Not sure you go wrong with any of those guys, right? I mean, Ryan Braun's been much healthier than Tulowitzki.
Twins were hoping that Jacoby Ellsbury would slip 2 more spots, but he did not. Ellsbury went on the 23rd pick, and then Garza ended up as pick number 25. And didn't take him long to get to the big leagues with the Twins. Made it up the next season. Garza had been a college pitcher, Fresno State, so he was a more polished pitcher at the time. Drafted in 05 in the big leagues at the age of 22 in 06. He made it to the major leagues a year earlier than Ryan Braun. And I believe he and Ryan Zimmerman were the first 2 to make it to the big leagues from that draft. Garza spent 2 years with the Twins. He was traded to the Rays, traded to the Cubs. Cubs traded him to the Rangers. He signed a 4-year deal with the Brewers prior to last season.
And looking to turn things around this year. All that being said, and Garza, Kyle Loesch understand the importance of their starts in that rotation.
Here's a 3-2. Rosario lifts it in the air. Parra's going to give it a look, and he will make the play in foul territory. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Garza. He's retired 6 in a row to start the game. Ryan Braun first inning homer as we head to the top of the third. And a reminder, Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with AYSO, the world's largest soccer club. Go to ayso.org/play to find your region and sign up for your fall team today. Beautiful day at the ballpark in Minneapolis, Target Field, home of the Twins. And the Brewers winning here last night. Minnesota has been a very good home team this season. Twins have a record of 19-8 in their home ballpark. No other American League team has more wins in their home ballpark. The Astros have won 19 games at home as well, but the Twins with a better winning percentage. Sardinez leads the way in the air to left, right to Robinson. The switch hitting second baseman is retired. Top of the order now. Here's Carlos Gomez. Some good numbers at Target Field here in Minneapolis. How about these numbers? A .348 average, just up by a bunt single. His first time up, he's hit 3 homers as well. He's hit some tape measure home runs in this ballpark.
And yet the Brewers really haven't had a whole lot of success in Minnesota. Brewers with a win yesterday, and it's been a rarity, especially in this ballpark for Milwaukee.
This is the 13th game for Gomez in this ballpark. Has 10 runs batted in. Always wants to perform well against the Twins. There's a little bit of a badge there for Gomez. His 2 former teams, the Mets and the Twins. Ouch, that's a foul ball. Gomez trying to check his swing, and it hit the bat right above his knuckles. It's 0-2. Every organization the Brewers, or rather the Gomez has played for, including the Brewers, have tried to get him to take pitches turning in, not facing out or spinning out. It exposes his hands and the front of his body to pitches that sail inside. Hit well to right, falling fast. That's down, a base hit. So Gomez on a 2-strike pitch, singles to right field, and the Brewers put some speed on the bags. Carlos is 2 for 2 today.
And not only when you have an approach like that, when you turn into a pitch on the inside part of the play, that's just a good approach in general. That means you're keeping that front shoulder closed and you're able to cover the outside corner, which Carlos was able to do. And that slider right there from Graham's having a tough time with that pitch so far today. Bangs it into right field. They were trying to get Segura to do that. He's doing a much better job of that this year.
All right, here's Lucroy now with Gomez at first. Lucroy hit one right on the nose his last time up, but right at Dozier at second. And then Gomez did not freeze on the line drive, turned into a double play. Lucroy lining out, Dozier just going to the bag.
And Lucroy just loves it when Gomez gets on. He has that big hole between first and second. Loves to go in that direction. A lot of room over there for Lucroy.
Pretty comfortable spot in the lineup, hitting behind Gomez, a base stealer, and in front of Ryan Braun. You see a lot of strikes.
And not only that, I mean, for Gomez to be able to steal, Lucroy not afraid to take pitches and let him go. Lucroy, a pretty good 2-strike hitter.
Gomez had a steal of second in the first inning. All the little things with a pitcher making his first major league start, even though he's been in the big leagues as a reliever this year. He's a young guy, and ideally he would still be in the minor leagues continuing the development process, but because of the Rule 5 draft, he has to stay here or the Twins would lose him. It's a lot like what the Brewers did with Wei-Chung Wong last year, although Wong had much less experience than Graham does. Wong had never pitched above A ball when he spent a good part of the season in the major leagues. A lot of upside. They protect him. They want him here. They figure they can work with him and maybe turn him into a major league starter. His fastball certainly has that kind of potential.
I think it's easier to protect a guy in the American League, a pitcher, than it is in the National League. You don't have to take a pitcher out to get offense, and you got the designated hitter. Guys, typically can go a little bit longer. You don't have to worry about pinch hitting for him.
Well, Molitor keeping a close eye on his young right-hander. He's never thrown more than 60 pitches in a major league game. He's gone 3 innings twice. Pitch count will be key for him tonight. This is number 43 coming.
Yeah, Twins were hoping to get 70 to 75 pitches out of him.
Which means the Brewers have a great opportunity to get into the Twins bullpen a little bit. There's plenty of arms down there. The Twins are carrying just a 3-man bench. They're probably going to have to make a few decisions in the next week or so about how they're going to move forward with their roster. That's a lot of arms.
Yeah, 7 guys down in the bullpen right now. And that includes having Graham, who's been in the bullpen, making a start today. Molitor had to go into the bullpen pretty heavy in yesterday's game. There's 5 of them.
Eddie Guardardo, everyday Eddie, manning the bullpen as a coach for the Twins. He earned that nickname too. He'd be out there every day if you let him. He loved to pitch. Never had any arm trouble.
Left-hander, closer. Great guy to have in the bullpen. A former reliever. Nice.
I agree. 2-2 the count. Lucroy spoils it foul.
Now, back in the old days, bullpen coaches were catchers, so that they didn't have guys like Marcus Hanel around. I mean, it was the guy that wasn't catching that day and the bullpen coach. In the Brewers' case, it was Larry Haney. He and I would do most of the catching in the bullpen.
Who's your bullpen catcher? You're looking at him.
That'd be me.
Today, anyway.
Well, now you've got everybody has bullpen catchers, so your bullpen coach can be a former pitcher, which makes a lot of sense.
Lucroy shoots one to the right side, a base hit. Gomez thinking about third. Now he stops. Now the throw comes in. Gomez is out. Man, that is twice. Gomez has had a terrible base running game today. Twice he has been caught at second base. He hesitated, and that's what cost him.
Yeah, I mean, just can't do that. You have to rely on your coach, and Eddie Cedar, I don't think, was sending him around. You can see he got a pretty good jump off the bag. Rosario out and right with a pretty good arm. He got there quickly. And a great play over there by Danny Santana to be in a cutoff position to get Gomez trying to get back. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Easy call.
Very unfortunate for the Brewers. That's the second time that's happened. But once again, Jonathan Lucroy able to use that hole between first and second. But Gomez with some poor base running cost the Brewers.
And a great lesson there for outfielders. Hit your cutoff man. Turned it into an out. Quick meeting at the mound.
The other reason that's just not a good idea, you got Ryan Braun coming up. I mean, you don't need to really stretch it. You're already in scoring position. You've got blazing speed, so anything Braun hits into the outfield, pretty good chance you're going to be able to score.
Well, Graham had a quick visit from his pitching coach, Neil Allen. Maybe a game plan discussion with Ryan Braun. You got Lucroy at first, 2 away, and Braun swings and a little flare is going to fall. Base hit. Lucroy will not challenge the arm of Rosario. Ryan Braun is 2 for 2 in his first game back.
Well, there you go. You dump one into right field, that would have been a run. Little things, difference between wins and losses a lot of times. especially when you're playing teams in first place.
Our T-Mobile game changer is Adam Lind, specifically what he's done in his last 4 games at Target Field. 6 hits, drove in 6 last night. He has 12 RBIs in his last 4 games here.
And the Brewers hoping he's in the beginning of a hot stretch. He's been streaky this year. 3 hits yesterday. In a position of driving another one here with 2 outs.
He bounced out to short his first time up. Twins had a shift on for him. They have to adjust that shift a little bit with men on base. Typically with Lind at the plate, if nobody is on, most teams, including the Twins, will put 3 infielders on the right side.
Man, Plouffe has to stay relatively close or Lucroy just walked to third base.
The 3rd inning was the big inning for Adam Lind yesterday. And it came with 2 outs, hit a 3-run home run. A lot of Brewers fans in the ballpark. Good to have them here. Same way when the Brewers play the Twins at Miller Park. This area scattered with fans of each.
Yeah, Brewers fans in good voice yesterday. A lot to cheer about. 10 runs.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men on. And that one hits the edge. A strike. 1-2 now on Lind. And a called strike 3. Lind doesn't agree. Has a few parting shots for Toby Basner, the home plate umpire. Inning is over. The Brewers strand 2. Some of the legendary images of Paul Molitor and his Hall of Fame career, which most of it was spent in Milwaukee as a member of the Brewers, 15 years anyway. And first-year manager here with the Minnesota Twins, 58 years of age. He finally gets a chance to manage a club. And he's got him in first place starting play today. Matt Garza back to work And for the first time today, he fails to get ahead of a hitter with a first pitch strike.
Yeah, it was 6 for 6. It makes your job a little bit easier when you're working ahead in the count.
Chris Herman, the Twins catcher, backs up Kurt Suzuki. Herman hit a home run last week, a week ago today, last Saturday against Toronto. He's not known as a home run hitter, and as a matter of fact, that was his first home run in the major leagues since August of 2013. It's gone nearly 2 years. He's been up and down from AAA to the big leagues, but his first home run in the big leagues in a couple of seasons. Excellent defensive catcher, and the left-handed bat to Suzuki's right-handed bat.
Yep. Every now and again, Suzuki's going to have some time off. He's pretty much an everyday catcher. Outstanding defensively, Suzuki, and you mentioned Herman as well.
Garza's retired the first 6. He's got Herman, Hicks, and Santana coming up. To the opposite field, well hit, slicing, that is foul. Just missed the line.
Tomahawk that high fastball. It looked good, covering the outside corner, was up and went right with it.
By this much.
Yeah, hit it well, but probably about, what, 3 feet?
Two balls, 2 strikes on Herman. Garza standing on top of the mound, ready to go. Like that tempo, and he powers a fastball right by him. His best bullet of the day. Garza hits 94, his first strikeout of the day, and he's got 7 in a row to start this game.
And he is just as aggressive as he was in his 5-inning relief appearance. I mean, no messing around. I mean, here it is, hit it. It's me against you on this pitch. They would have powered by him up in the strike zone. Not trying to be cute and find the corners.
Aaron Hicks with 1 away, batting 8th today with the return of Danny Santana, who regularly hits 9th for the Twins. He had a hit last night, did Hicks. He's got a major hitch in his swing, and I'm trying to think of who that reminds me of. Right before the pitcher releases the ball, he's got. Is there a little Dave Parker in that to you, or no?
Maybe. I'm not sure about Dave Parker, but anytime a guy does that, I mean, you're looking at a low ball hitter when he does that. Of course, he does it very early, so it kind of nullifies any kind of a problem he might have with that. If he does it as the ball's on its way to home plate, that's more of an issue.
Hicks is a big prospect in his own right. When he was coming up through the system, he knows his days in center field are numbered. A little slow roller. Hicks runs well. Garza's got to hurry it up, throw to first, and it is in time. Matt Garza fires a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to Adam Lind to get the out.
Yeah, gets it and gets it on its way very quickly. Garza doesn't have much of a problem throwing to the bases when he doesn't have a lot of time to think about it. Didn't have a whole lot of time to mess around there. Picks it up and fired a strike over to Adam Lind at first. Gets him by half a step.
Close play. Good play by Lind. Not a whole lot of time to make up your mind on a throw like that, especially one that's going low, going toward the dirt.
A lot of times you get handcuffed on a throw like that.
So 2 men are out. Here's Danny Santana, 24-year-old shortstop. Won the job this spring as the everyday shortstop. A lot of talent, this kid. He's a guy that the Twins are very high on, but he's hit a little bit of a wall here. He's been dealing with an illness as well. And a couple of days off from the lineup.
Yeah, .221 batting average, and he's committed 12 errors, so having a difficult time on both sides.
Shattered bat, another one. The bat had almost hit Garza. Sardinas will make the play to end the inning. Garza is plowing through the lumber today. Brewers lead 1-0 after 3 complete. With St. Paul, it's 1-0 Brewers as we go to the 4th inning. Our Carsoup.com trivia question today: who are the 4 players in MLB history with 3,000 hits, 500 steals, and a 300 average in their career? Guessing Paul Molitor is on that list. A Brian Michalowicz special today. B-Mick.
Yeah. Must have had a good night's sleep last night.
That's probably not the case. Aren't many good night sleeps for B-Mick.
No.
Ramos Ramirez leads the way. Line drive, center field. And Hicks is right there for the out. Talking about Hicks in center field, the Twins have a great young prospect coming up, Byron Buxton, at the AA level. He's in Chattanooga. And at some point, Buxton will be here, and Hicks will move to a corner outfield spot. Buxton's having a great year in the minor leagues, and they are all anxiously awaiting his arrival in Minnesota. And they're going to have a pretty good outfield here in Minnesota for a long time. Hicks is I think Hicks is going to be a very good player in this league once he settles in a little bit.
Trying to find that left fielder. You know, Torrey Hunter's not going to be around much longer. And have some spots to fill here in the outfield. They're pretty comfortable with their infield, though.
Twins aren't asking us, but you can't get Buxton around Torrey Hunter fast enough for me. I mean, that'd be the best way to develop a young outfielder. Right. He's got all the tools. He's going to play. He's going to have success, but it's all those little things: the work ethic, the discipline, the ability to stay loose and smile and enjoy your days in the big leagues. That's what Torrey Hunter brings to the table. That's what he expels to everybody.
Best smile in baseball, Torrey Hunter.
He is a difference maker. The guy's been on a lot of winning teams. 0-2 to Parra. And a line drive caught by the shortstop Santana. So 2 line drives that end up as outs for Milwaukee. 2 away in the inning.
Yeah, that's the third one. Lucroy lined out in the first inning. And Brewers getting some pretty good hacks against Graham. He's not able really to throw his breaking ball very effectively. And they're just sitting on the heater, but they've only got 1 run on the board.
Segura, he reached on an infield hit in the 2nd inning. A little dribbler out to second base.
There's a slider for strike.
25-year-old J.R. Graham spent last year in Double-A in the Braves organization, the pitching-rich organization. There's strike 2. Another breaking ball. Don't mind the numbers last year at the Double-A level for Graham. He had an ERA at 5.5, but he had a shoulder problem last year that he tried to pitch through. There's nothing wrong with his shoulder right now. This guy's got good stuff. You could see why the Twins are trying to do all they can to keep him in the big leagues. Has that split change as well that he throws. That was a fastball. Segura fouls it back.
Yeah, right now the way he's throwing, he's more of a relief type pitcher. Maybe one time through the batting order until he comes up with that consistent third pitch. The split change, whatever it might be, maybe a curveball. Kind of similar situation with Jimmy Nelson as he was coming up looking for that third pitch. Now Jimmy's got 4 pitches.
Oh, and 2 the count on Segura. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Graham always loads up the pitch in that split change grip. I would assume it's easier for him to come off that grip.
And you know what?
The glove.
Hitters can tell when you're digging in for that splitter. Of course, he doesn't throw many of them.
Ouch, that hit him. Is that a foul ball? No, that hit him. So Segura hit by a pitch. We were just talking about that last inning with Gomez.
Yeah.
Segura turning in toward the pitch gets hit in the hand, or at least the wrist area.
Really exposes the chest and, you know, the hands, the arms, the wrists. Got a piece of Herman as well, so you got 2 guys hurting right now.
Athletic trainer Dan Wright checking on him, walking him down to first. It's been a tough year for Segura with his hands and his wrists, forearms. He fractured a pinky finger on his right hand. I think that's the concern. Oh, how about that?
Yeah,
that may have caught the knuckle than the bat head. This is a reviewable play, by the way.
Right.
So Paul Molitor.
Now, did it just graze the knuckles right there and then hit the bat? I think Paul Molitor wants to put this under review.
Well, these guys are carrying on like there is some pain involved. I suppose he could be playing possum over there, but the way he reacted instantly didn't give you the idea that it didn't hit his person. We'll see. They'll review it. This is going to be a tough one to overturn, though.
I mean, the question is, did it just scrape the knuckles as it went by? And who knows? I don't know. Only Segura knows for sure.
So a challenge by Paul Molitor and the Twins. They're going to take a look at this. It's tough to tell, but it did look like it hit the barrel of the bat towards the end of the barrel of the bat. I think the thud we heard was the ricochet into the catcher.
Yeah, catcher got hit. It's a foul ball.
So it has been overturned. That'll be a foul ball. Well, Segura tried to sell it.
Athletic trainer Dan Wright did a nice job with it. But to no avail.
So I wonder if Segura says to Dan Wright, hey, I really fouled it off, but just act like it hurts. or if he just sells out all the way and just says all the way in. I think I might have broken my pinky. It's a good try.
It was.
1-2 to count. Down low for a ball.
Academy Award.
A lot of guys, if they're hit by a pitch, around the feet, legs, or they'll, especially base stealers, and they'll limp, and they'll have the trainer come out and in all kind of pain, it's agonizing. Then they steal second base on the first pitch.
Yeah, pull the Earl Campbell.
That's my guy now.
Barely get back to the huddle and then run 90 yards.
Run over 3 or 4 people on the way.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought up Earl Campbell. You just made my day right there.
I did that. I knew you were a little bit down there.
That was my guy.
Yeah, see?
I love that man.
I'm here for you.
Oh. The Tyler Rose. Earl Campbell. Segura pops it up. And this is going to win the inning, so a successful challenge for the Twins ends up as the final out of the inning, and a 3-up, 3-down frame for Graham. The game, Matt Garza delivering a few to the souvenir stand. He is busting up a bunch of bats here today, Rock.
And that's what Rick Kranitz has been trying to get him to do. Establish inside. We saw him do that on Sunday in his relief appearance. Very aggressive, and it's been paying off so far. Really hasn't had to use too many off-speed pitches. He's thrown some sliders, but not many curveballs or changeups. He is really attacking the strike zone today.
Matt Garza, first time through the batting order, 9 up, 9 down with a K. Second time through begins here with Brian Dozier.
There's your curveball as we speak.
Dozier flew out to right. His first time up. And he pops this one up. Shallow left field. Parra's coming in. And he's got it in fair territory for out number 1. Speaking of broken bats, we want to send our best along and our thoughts and prayers to a woman by the name of Tanya Carpenter, who was at a game last night at Fenway Park, and she was hit in the face by a broken bat. I believe it was Brett Laurie's bat, as a matter of fact. She's in serious condition in the hospital today, Rock, and you never want to see any injury like that, especially from a fan just trying to enjoy the game. And it reminds us how dangerous this game can be with the broken bats and the foul balls. As Segura ranges over, he makes a catch on Shane Robinson. So just 2 things. Keep her in your thoughts and prayers. And also, when you go to a game, keep an eye on what's happening on the field. It's really important, especially if you're sitting
real close
in the close regions.
And even when you do keep an eye on the game, it's awfully difficult to get out of the way at times. And But you're right. I mean, it's your responsibility to keep an eye on what's going on. Balls, bats come flying in there. And even when you do pay attention, it's awfully tough sometimes to get out of the way of some of that stuff.
Just a heartbreaking story. She had her son with her at the game last night, trying to just enjoy a fun night, family night at Fenway Park. So we're thinking about her and ask you to do the same.
Especially with these stadiums when fans are right on top of the action. It's a good thing and a bad thing when you're so close.
It's part of the game now that used to not exist, because you know the bats that you used when you were a player, even probably in the last decade, the maple bats have really come in
10-15 years
to popularity years. And these maple bats break in different ways than the ash bats that you guys use.
Very rarely, if ever, back in the old days, would you see a bat break in half and the end of it go flying into the stands. Every now and again it would happen with these small handles, big barrel bats, but these maple bats, they just blow up and pieces of the bat go everywhere. The other thing that plays a part of that, these guys are using lighter bats. Seems like the lighter bats than they've ever used. I mean, thin handle, light bats, and baseball coming in 96 miles an hour, just blow them up if you don't make good contact. The lighter the bat, the less dense the wood. And they disintegrate sometimes.
Twins have Ryan Presley loosing in their bullpen. Might be the end of the line here for J.R. Graham, who has given Minnesota 4 innings, just 1 run allowed, and a swing and a foul by Mauer. Full count to Mauer. Long battle here between Garza and Mauer, and it was the same as first time up.
That last pitch for Garza registered 96, so he's feeling it here today.
Trying to bury everything on the outside corner low. The 7th pitch of the at-bat, the 3-2, pulls it foul. Garza's retired 11 straight. Facing Mauer with nobody on. The Brewers lead 1-0 on a Ryan Braun first inning homer. The 8th pitch of the at-bat, and a bouncing ball. Segura waits back, and that is close. Mauer beat it.
Yep, he did. He waited back on it. Waited too long. You could see that coming. Mauer got down that line in pretty good shape. Kind of angled back and thought that Mauer wasn't going to be able to get down there that quickly. Watch the way Segura plays, and instead of charging it, he goes back on it, kind of waits back, and by the time he gets rid of it, too late to get him at first, a base hit. So a good hustle by Mauer.
Craig Counsell is out. They might want to take a look at this. He's holding the umpires just in case. And this will be, can't quite see the foot in there. He might have got him, but Counsell, they've seen the replays they want to see, and that's going to be, they are not going to challenge. That's the first hit of the game, and if you're Gene Segura, you just, under any circumstances, but especially when a guy's got a no-hitter going.
Yeah, you can't wait back like that. Just can't do it, no matter who's running.
This doesn't make sense. It's a concentration problem. That's all it is. He's too good of a shortstop, too good of a player to have that happen. And give Mauer credit, he busted it out of the box.
Yeah, that's what I think Segura wasn't counting on. Kind of a nonchalant play by Segura, cost his pitcher a hit.
So the first hit of the game is an infield hit. Here's Trevor Plouffe now. And it just opens up the inning. You get a power hitter up there. Garza should be sitting in the dugout right now.
Yep, extra pitches that he shouldn't have to throw.
You don't mind errors. You know, when guys play hard, they make errors. It's going to happen. But those mental mistakes, they've just been plaguing the Brewers all season. And it's nothing you can pin on a manager or a coach. It's the responsibility of the player. Gomez has made 2 base running mistakes today that have certainly affected innings.
Yeah. Cost the Brewers a run.
Three and one.
It's just, you can't take anything in this game for granted. You can't take for granted that you've got enough arm to be able to lay back on a ground ball like that and expect to get a runner.
Strike 2. Garza goes right back to the spot at 95.
Yeah, he's got a good fastball today. Man, this is the hardest he's thrown all year. 95, 96 miles an hour.
Look at those 2 pitches. Perfect location. See if he goes back out there. That one was inside. Plouffe in swing mode fouls it away. But still had good velocity on it. Garza's got 10 years in the league, 10 years in the big leagues, but still learning, still evolving, and still trying to trust his stuff, not give the hitter too much credit. Another one barrels in there at 94, and Segura's got this one, and the inning is over. But a mental mistake by Segura allows the first hit of the day. Mauer reaches on an infield hit. Garza still with a shutout. Head to the top of the 5th inning. Matt Garza is pitching a gem here today. How about our Blaines Farm and Fleet minor league report? The Wisconsin Timber Rattlers with a couple of all-stars. Cy Snead, one of my favorite names in professional baseball. Carlos Leal going to the Midwest League All-Star Game. That'll be held June 23rd in Peoria, Illinois. And Snead putting up a great year, good ERA. Leal swinging the bat well. Congratulations to those two. Rock, it'll be Ryan Presley. So they got 4 innings out of their starter, J.R. Graham, a spot starter today. Gave them what they asked, and here is Presley out of the Twins bullpen.
Yeah, the Twins needed 5 relievers in yesterday's ball game. Paul Mauder, going deep into that bullpen. Presley in his 16th appearance. Last pitched on the 4th, pitched a scoreless inning against the Red Sox.
Shane Peterson leads off for Milwaukee.
That was Thursday.
They have plenty of arms, and now that their starter has gotten them through the first 4 innings, I would imagine that Paul Molitor feels a lot more comfortable right now with the rest of this game.
Still 5 innings that covers a lot for the bullpen. Game tomorrow, day game tomorrow. And as you mentioned, the Twins are kind of boxed in. I mean, a lot of teams would have their spot starter today, get sent to the minor leagues to bring up a fresh arm. They can't do that.
Great point.
Can't do that with Graham.
Peterson draws the walk. So a leadoff walk, first batter face for Ryan Presley. That is the first walk of the game the Brewers have drawn today. Graham ends up with 3 strikeouts, no walks across 4 innings, 1 run. Showed well for himself today.
Yes, he did. And really didn't have much of a breaking pitch.
I wonder if they'll give him another start. They have a couple of holes in their rotation right now. Irvin Santana suspended. He's going to start throwing here in the next couple of weeks, kind of ramping up his preparations to come back. PED suspension. He'll be back in July. It was an 80-gamer. And Ricky Nolasco is on the disabled list with an ankle injury.
And still the Twins are in first place.
10 games over.
Yeah.
Luis Sardinas, and Peterson takes off, got a huge jump, but a great throw is in time. Boy, Herman, I didn't think he had a shot, but he fired a bullet down to second base. Peterson is out, caught stealing.
Man, that's why he's in the big leagues, because he can catch and throw. That's what you want out of your backup catcher. Good jump, average speed for Peterson, but that's a nice pick by Santana, who didn't try and reach for it. Let it get to him, and they're able to get him easily at second base.
It's one of those throws, if that's a high throw, a belt high or a chest high throw to second base or to the bag at second, Peterson's probably going to slide in safely. But Santana on the skip, he made a pick. He let the ball travel deep, and Peterson slid right into the tag.
Yeah, high throw, infielders don't have much of a chance to get it out. Low throw, he can pick it. And that's what they did.
2 balls, no strikes. 3-0. And he lost him. So back-to-back walks. The Brewers run into an out on an attempt at a steal. The third out at second base today for Milwaukee. Got a man on with 1 away for Gomez.
Yeah, Tuesday, July 14th. That's during the All-Star break. Miller Park will transform from ballpark to soccer pitch as clubs from 2 of the world's top soccer leagues meet in an international friendly featuring popular Mexican team Club Atlas. Now they're from Liga MX. I learned that today from Dan Luray, our director of team travel.
What was that, Rock?
It's not MX, it's Emma Eckes. And Newcastle United of the English Premier League. For tickets, visit brewers.com/soccer. What?
Emma Eckes.
Emma Eckes. I was saying MX. It's not accurate.
All my Eckes live in techies.
Liga Emma Eckes.
Emma Eckes.
I just want to get it right. That's all. It might take me forever.
I think you could say MX if you want.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, either way. At the plate, presented by Wendy's. Gomez on twice with singles.
Dan Luray knows soccer.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think there's a bigger soccer fan in all of Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's locked into some big Champions League match today, I think. How about this, Rock?
Has not thrown a strike.
And yet he has an out on a caught stealing. 10 pitches, 0 strikes.
And the Brewers have the top of their order on 8 and 9 reach. Peterson gets thrown out. And the Brewers have an opportunity to get something on the board here.
Gomez with 2 hits. Has a stolen base. He has been eliminated from the bases twice on base running blunders.
Presley's another Rule 5 guy for the Twins. He was a Rule 5 draft from the Red Sox back in 2012.
One of those Rule 5 pickups that made it through the year in 13, then stayed and was able to continue. If you make it through the season, now you become part of the organization, and then you can move guys up and down as long as they have options. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's ball 4. He has thrown 12 straight balls here. 2 on. And that's going to bring a visit from Neil Allen, the pitching coach.
It's hard to do.
That's amazing.
I mean, that's hard to do, throw 12 pitches out of the zone. And you got to credit the Brewers, who are normally a very aggressive swinging ball club, able to take them.
This is a one-way conversation here with Neil Allen and Presley
as the reliever gets loose in the pen.
It'll be Jonathan Lucroy now. 3 consecutive walks. Lucroy last night in our Worth Another Look presented by Columbia St. Mary's. His first trip to the plate, that was leading off the 2nd inning. He launched one into the Brewer bullpen in deep left center. Deepest part of the ballpark here at Target Field. First homer of the season for Lucroy. So after 12 consecutive balls, there is the first strike.
And Luke had to take it. Go figure, right? No way he's swinging the first strike he throws.
Lucroy was late. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Quickly 0-2 on Lucroy. Sweeping breaking ball misses.
And the first time he's had an opportunity to throw that pitch. That's a big breaker.
Sardinius at second, Gomez at first. Brewers have a lot of speed on the bases. Lucroy batting with Braun on deck. 1-0 Crew. And Lucroy takes a call at strike 3. He buckled his knees.
Back-to-back sliders from Presley. Yeah, Lucroy knew it right away. Doubled up on the breaking pitch. Catching the inner half of the plate.
An about face by Lucroy. He knew it. So that'll bring up Braun. Ryan is 2 for 2 today in his return to the lineup. He's missed the last 2 games. Receiving treatment on that injured thumb. Braun is hoping this last injection he got on the thumb is going to carry him through the rest of the regular season. He was hoping the first one would get him through the All-Star break. But had to give it some attention a month earlier, or about 6 weeks earlier, actually. Braun on the ground. Dozier is there. And after walking the first 3 batters, Presley gets out of the inning with no damage. Brewers lead 2. It's still 1-0 Milwaukee.
By Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, the Crew holding on to a 1-0 lead here in the 5th at Target Field. The Brewers Community Foundation and the 2015 Leadership Council present the 17th annual 5K Run Walk on July 18th. Every entry includes a commemorative t-shirt, voucher to a Brewers home game, photos with the mascots, and an opportunity to get your steps in with a 5K Run Walk. All of the fundraising dollars for this year's event will support Fisher House Milwaukee, a hospitality house for veterans and military families whose loved ones are receiving treatment at the VA Medical Center. The Run Walk is always a sellout, so make sure you register early. You can do that at www.brewers.com/5K Run Walk.
All right, Sophia, thanks. The Fisher House, it's one of our great charities we're involved with the Brewers, right next door to Miller Park. Love to support them any way we can.
Yeah, they're looking to get some funds to get that project underway.
Torrey Hunter leads off for the Twins. Garza has really pitched well. He's only given up the 1 hit, which should have been an out on a ground ball to Segura. That was off the bat of Joe Mauer. Hunter flew out to center field in the 2nd inning. Garza's been pitching effectively inside today. Facing a hot hitter in Torrey Hunter. He's got a batting average up over 300 in his last 14 games. He has 15 RBIs in the last 14 games. Today is Torrey Hunter Jersey Day at Target Field. Did you notice how many Torrey Hunter jerseys there were?
I did. I knew that. Yep.
There they are. A fan favorite in his 2nd tour with the Twins.
And when you talk to the folks around this ball club, they'll tell you Torrey Hunter, one of the biggest reasons why this team is in first place. Not just what he does on the field, but what he does in the clubhouse. He's got that culture. These guys are having a good time. They believe in themselves. Stays on them a little bit when they needed a little bit of a jolt. Those guys in baseball these days are few and far between.
Paul Molitor is all business, all baseball as the manager of the Twins, but he allows his players, especially his veteran players, to have the freedom to police the clubhouse and have some fun. There's a base hit back up the middle. Hunter singles. Leadoff single, and for the first time today, Garza will go into the stretch with nobody out in an inning.
And you talk about police in the clubhouse. I mean, the only person that can do that is a player. I mean, you can say all you want about coaches and managers and front office and your general manager, but if you don't have guys like Torrey Hunter and Dozier and some of these veteran guys like Perkins, you know, making sure these guys are doing what they're supposed to do, and it's not coming from a player, it pretty much rings hollow. It's up to the players to do that amongst themselves.
There's a base hit. Eddie Rosario singles. Hunter stops at second, and the throw from Gomez is high. He could have returned the favor. A good throw, and the Brewers are going to get it out at second base.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Torrey Hunter's doing right there. He knows that Gomez charging that baseball quickly and has a good throwing arm. It's a strong arm. Can be erratic at times, and Garza leaving one out over the plate. He's been working so effectively inside. Now watch Torrey Hunter, not sure what he's thinking. If Gomez is able to get that ball to Segura, that's an out, or Sardinius. An opportunity missed by the Brewers.
2 on, nobody out. Chris Herman, the batter. One to nothing is the score. A first inning home run by Ryan Braun has been all the scoring today. Twins with back-to-back singles. Herman squares, gets a bunt down, that is foul.
We saw Craig Counsell do this in the 9th inning in yesterday's ball game. He asked Perez to drop down a bunt. First and second, nobody out. He dropped down a successful bunt. We don't see these things all that often, especially in the American League. Brewers ended up with a big 9th inning.
Scored 3 in the 9th last night, 2 in the 8th. The bunt is down. Garza fumbles it. You can almost see it coming. Herman is aboard. The bases are loaded. Always been a problem for Garza, even going back to his Twins days, throwing the baseball to first base. And as he was approaching that ball, you could see the wheels already in motion for him.
That'll be a sacrifice for Herman and an E1. And just trying to be a little bit too quick. Looked like he wanted to pick it up and shovel it underhand to first base, as opposed to taking your time and throwing it with something on it overhand. Well, bases loaded, nobody out now.
Aaron Hicks.
Garza's changed his approach as he's working here second time through, more pitching away than inside. So effective on the inside corner.
Popped him up. Infield fly rule here. Sardinius will make the catch. Runners at their own risk, and that's a huge out for Matt Garza.
And Garza got away with a hanging slider. Hicks underneath of it, and now Garza a ground ball away from getting out of the inning, although Santana, the switch hitter, runs pretty well.
Bases loaded, 1 away. Danny Santana with the dangerous Brian Dozier due up next. 2 hits to start the inning. Garza with an error. Sacrifice bunt for Herman, but an error to load him up. Another jam shot, foul out of play. Garza consistently has been able to get inside on Twins hitters today.
And the only base hits that he's given up are either fastballs away or breaking ball Torrey Hunter hit a slider down the middle. Twins have not been able to get the barrel of the bat on that fastball in.
All three Brewers outfielders, very good arms. That one also in on his hand. Santana was late, and it's 0-2. This will be an interesting decision here for Garza. What does he go with? His fastball has been his best pitch today.
Keep busting him in. You're late on the fastball. Don't throw anything middle speed. Don't give him a chance. He hasn't shown the ability to get the bat head out on the fastball in the inside corner. Throw it till they hit it. I don't think he's thrown enough curveballs to be able to be confident enough to throw it into dirt right here. We'll see.
No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball in the air, left field line, slicing foul in the seats.
Left that one out over the plate.
Still late on it.
Yeah.
Hasn't proven he could. And he can get the bat head out on that fastball.
He's protecting the play with 2 strikes right now, so fastball in, even a better pitch.
Big spot for Garza, trying to protect a 1-0 lead here in the 5th. Another 0-2. That one misses. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Staying with the hard stuff. Minnesota is second behind the Royals in the American League batting average with runners in scoring position. As a team, they're hitting .299.
Have them in at the corners. You have Ramirez and Lind in on the cut of the grass. Segura and Sardinius in double play depth. Pretty much straight away in the outfield and shallow, except for Braun.
Torrey Hunter is the runner at third. Still decent speed, not the blazer that it used to be. 1-2 is swung on, fouled back. He went with a curveball that time.
They hung it.
But it is 20 miles an hour slower than his fastball, and Twins can't get it timed up just right.
And you get that down in the dirt, that might be a swing and a miss.
He's got the one he wants. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slaps it foul, back to the curveball, and gives Santana credit. He had bailed on the swing, but he was able to get a bat on it.
That's about 21 miles an hour difference, right? Last 2 curveballs in the mid-70s.
The count is 1-2. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Twins have him loaded up. Garza deals, swinging a foul. Got the manager pacing. Do it again. Another 1-2. The 9th pitch swung on, rolled foul. Wow. Turning into a Luke Appling special here.
What was that? A changeup or a slider? Not sure. It was going away from Santana. Looked like a changeup. Giving him everything he's got right here.
Pitch number 10 of the at-bat. 8 foul balls already here. The 1-2, a bouncing ball, chance to turn it. Segura, Sardinius got to hurry, the throw in time. A double play. Garza pumped up on his way to the dugout. The Houdini act. Bases loaded, nobody out. A pop-up and a double play to get out of the inning. The Brewers still lead 1-0. Thinking a few maneuvers ahead of schedule. The Brewers lead 1-0 and rock our shining moment courtesy of the Marshfield Clinic. How about Garza getting out of that mess?
Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out. A pop-up double play, a 10-pitch at bat to Santana, and you don't think that Matt Garza's pumped up? Boy, he's on a roll. 5 scoreless innings on Sunday against the Diamondbacks out of the bullpen, and 5 scoreless innings today. So Matt Garza really effective when he had to be in that inning.
That was a beautiful pivot by the second baseman, Luis Sardinas. That ball was in and out of his glove in a flash, knowing he had to hurry to get Santana. Garza keeps the shutout intact through 5, and he's pumped up. He's put together 10 consecutive scoreless innings now, Matt Garza. Here's Adam Lind. He starts it in the 6th. Presley back out there, his 2nd inning.
And that put up a crooked number. Well, talk about a momentum builder in your dugout right there. Well, the Brewers a hit away from being behind at least 2 or 3 to 1. Still have a 1-0 lead.
Garza putting together one of his better starts of the season. Presley deals down and in to Lind. 3-0 is the count. Presley last inning threw 12 consecutive balls. He walked the first 3 batters. Brewers were unable to score. One of those batters had reached Shane Peterson, who drew the leadoff walk. He was thrown out trying to steal second. And then Lucroy struck out. Braun grounded out. Lind into the opposite field. That's down. A base hit. Good try by Robinson. And a nice scoop on a short hop. But Adam Lind keeps hitting.
Well, what a nice at bat. I mean, that pitch right on the outside corner. It might not even have been a strike. Now we marvel at the way Lind is able to keep that bat in the hitting zone a long time and able to get on top of it and dump it in front of Robinson and left. That's just a pretty piece of hitting by Adam Lind.
3 hits last night, 6 RBIs. He has his first hit today. A leadoff single for Ramos Ramirez. On the ground, chance for two. Santana to Dozier, and a double play for Minnesota. 6-4-3 double play for the Twins. Wipes out a leadoff single by Lind.
Yeah, a little bit easier for the Twins than the one that the Brewers turned.
Two gone, nobody on for Gerardo Parra. Sellout crowd here at Target Field on a beautiful Saturday. With some clouds rolling in. Expecting some rain a little bit later this afternoon. And if they time it just right, the rains will come after this game, and they'll be gone by tomorrow.
And we'll be in the hotel when they hit. Or maybe somewhere else.
A night off in Minneapolis.
But inside. Hardly anything to do here.
Great downtown setting. I like all the food trucks they have here.
Yeah, they're good.
During the work week.
You a street food guy?
Oh, yeah. Ground ball to Santana. And that'll be the inning for Presley. Leadoff single, but a double play and a ground out. We're headed to the bottom of the sixth inning. It is 1-0 still. Target Field. A first inning home run by Ryan Braun. Carsoup.com trivia: who are the four players in MLB history with 3,500 and a 300 average in their career? And the igniter, number 4, Paul Molitor, the most recent to do it. These are all Hall of Fame members. Some of the great players in the game. Honus Wagner, the great shortstop of the Pirates. Ty Cobb, Eddie Collins.
Amazing.
Garza back at work, top of the order coming up. Brian Dozier. Wind is starting to kick up a little bit here. There's a storm of brewing.
Yeah, a little bit cool. It's cooling off here, and the old elbow's starting to act up.
Must be a cloud close. Dozier down the left field line. That's going to stay fair. It's off the wall. Dozier's into second base with a double. Leadoff double for the Twins. Back-to-back innings with leadoff hits.
And the Brewers have been able to control Dozier pretty well. And had an infield hit in yesterday's ball game. Actually, a swinging bunt. This time a rope down the left field line. And look at the throw by Parra. All the way in the air, right on the money, and Dozier in to second base with a leadoff double.
He is the league leader in doubles, tied with Yoenis Cespedes of the Tigers. And a bunt attempt taken for a strike. Curveball from Garza. Shane Robinson, former Cardinal. Good block by Lucroy. Again, Robinson showing bunt.
Interesting that the Twins are looking to bunt again. Good block by Lucroy, keeping Dozier at second base. Then you got Mauer and Plouffe coming up, followed by Torrey Hunter. That might be why. To get a leadoff double with the top of the order up, and you're figuring with the bunt they're looking to play for one run.
Robinson shows bunt again. It's a good one to third. Ramirez gets the out. And a sacrifice bunt for Shane Robinson, and the Twins have the tying run 90 feet away with just one away, and Mauer coming up. Second sacrifice bunt of the day for Molitor's Twins.
It's the Brewers and Twins at Miller Park on June 26th through the 28th, and on Sunday, June 28th, all fans will get a bobblehead of Brewers Hall of Famer and current Twins manager Paul Molitor. That's courtesy of Clements. Visit Brewers.com to reserve your spot at Miller Park today. But Paulie's going to be in a Brewers uniform.
A key at bat for Garza here. Joe Mauer steps in. Had the first hit of the game for the Twins. Looked like a routine ground out. Segura waited back on it, and Mauer hustled his way to a single. Craig Counsell is ordering the infield in for the Brewers in this spot.
Trying to cut down that run at third base.
I would imagine Garza is going to be very careful with Mauer at the plate.
Yeah, if you walk Mauer, I guess not the worst thing in the world. You bring up Plouffe, maybe go for the double play. Brewers have been turning a number of double plays as of late, getting themselves out of some jams.
Just got a huge double play in the fifth. And yeah, Garza misses way outside. 3 balls, no strikes.
I guess you're going to do that. Why not just walk him intentionally? I mean, none of these pitches have been close.
Does Mauer have the green light? 3-0. That one's on the corner. Leadoff double by Dozier. Went to third on a sac bunt by Robinson. One gone. 1-0 Brewers. Mauer swings and fouls it away. And now it's 3-2.
Yeah, a little bit out in front of a fastball, 94. And had a lot of the plate. Garza challenging Mauer after falling behind 3-0.
From 3-0 to 3-2. And Mauer fouls it off. High fastball at 95. Garza's hit 96 today. Good catch up there by a Twins fan. That away. Got to give that to his girl. Hand it over, buddy. Quickly. You're already moving into doghouse territory. Give it up. All right, he's good. He's cooked. He'll be sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
And Mauer delivers a base hit. In to score is Dozier. 1 too many up there for Garza. Mauer didn't miss it.
Yeah, this went inside. Not often 1-0 is going to hold up. So the leadoff double comes around to score. And Joe Mauer able to take that fastball. It was supposed to be on the inside corner. Watch where it ends up. Leaves it out over the plate, and Mauer turns on it and ties it up.
Dozier, who led the inning off with a double, scores the tying run. Now the go-ahead run is aboard in the 6th. Trevor Plouffe at the plate. Still 1 out. First pitch swinging, and Gomez is there for out number 2. Plouffe is 0 for 3.
Kind of an interesting sequence with Mauer at the plate if you think about it. I mean, first 3 pitches not even close. Looked like they were willing to pitch around him.
Yeah.
And then they started attacking him in the strike zone. Not sure why. I mean, if you're going to go 3-0 and obviously not even close, I mean, then you make Joe Mauer even a better hitter because he's ahead in the count. But you never want to walk the go-ahead run on. Kind of a rule of thumb in baseball.
2 outs for Torrey Hunter. Been one of their hotter hitters as of late. He's got his average up to 282. Hunter with 36 runs batted in this year. He had a single off Garza back in the 5th inning. Up the middle, Segura. Range is over, flips to Sardinas for the out. Excellent play by Gene Segura. And the inning is over, but the Twins tie it. Joe Mauer delivers an RBI single, all even at 1 through 6.
On Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. By Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. And by Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham, tell them you mean business.
Gene Segura with a nice pick and a play to end the 6th inning. The Twins did tie it up at 1 apiece. And here we go to the 7th. Well-pitched ball game today. Matt Garza has gone 6 innings. He's given up the 1 run, which he just allowed on 5 hits. Joe Mauer with an RBI single. Segura leads the way here in the Brewers 7th. Segura, Peterson, and Sardinas. Brewers got their run in the 1st inning, a 2-out home run by Braun. He hit it to straightaway center field. Braun with 2 hits tonight. The Brewers have 7. hits overall.
Yeah, Brewers have had golden opportunities to score. Third inning and the fifth. Brewers drew 3 walks in the 5th inning and were not able to score.
Baby of the day right there.
But she doesn't care about that.
She wants some more of that ice. Pretty in pink. You can find Brewers gear at all sizes and colors, by the way. Segura shoots one foul. Good old-fashioned Saturday day game. These are the best.
Yeah.
Into the natural light. Well timed today too, with storms coming into the area this evening. The very enthusiastic weathermen that they played on the big screen here between innings says we're good until about 5 o'clock tonight. That one's coming our way. Look out, Rock.
I was on it. I was on it.
He was on it.
Just didn't get there. I wasn't going to lean out.
I mean, if it was coming to you, you would have made a play, but there's no sense in putting yourself in that kind of risk. Segura rolls over one. That's through a base hit. They had that hole wide open between third and short. Segura is on with his second hit. And the Brewers have a base stealer on base in the 7th.
Yeah, Brewers 3 consecutive innings getting their leadoff hitter aboard. And this time you get Segura, who doesn't do much of this, rolls over on one, but you can see where Santana's playing up the middle on Gene and rolls it into left field.
Well, they're trying to squeeze one more inning out of Presley, but he's going to have to make a change here. So the third pitcher coming for Minnesota. They got 4 from their spot starter J.R. Graham, 2+ from Presley. Mahler will go to the pen. We'll set him up when we come back. This afternoon on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Wheels are turning now for the managers, Council and Paul Molitor. Don't forget, coming up, Team USA's first game as they battle Australia on Fox Sports 1, plus games all weekend long on Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2. It's all streaming live as well on Fox Sports Go. You got the Women's World Cup matchups here. Rock, Aaron Thompson is the left-hander. Peterson is out, and Jason Rogers will pinch hit for the Brewers.
Yeah, we saw Thompson in last night's ball game. 28th appearance for the Twins left-hander at .365 earned run average. Not a big strikeout guy. 14 punch-outs and just shy of 25 innings of work. One of 3 left-handers down in the Twins pen.
Rogers pinch hitting for Milwaukee. Jason, this year as a pinch hitter, has the most at bats off the bench for the Brewers. He's 7 for 21 off the bench. Has 4 runs batted in. He's hit a homer in a pinch hit role this season. He's thrived in this position. I'll tell you what, a young guy who can have success off the bench in a National League setting, you can keep yourself in the big leagues for a long time.
Right. Well, he started in yesterday's ball game, got a base hit. He's got a base hit off a lefty. That was Brian Dunsing. Good numbers off the bench. You're right. Usually it's the veteran guys that are good off the bench. Rogers has always been a patient hitter. A lot of young kids going to come off the bench and start hacking first pitch and swinging pitches out of the strike zone, but he's always had the ability to wait back and be patient up there, even in these spots.
Lefty Aaron Thompson, a former first rounder by the Marlins. Saw him last night. He struggled last night in his brief time on the field, giving up a run. He gave up a hit through just 5 pitches. Got Blaine Boyer loosening up behind him. Thompson has been a matchup pitcher for Molitor. We'll probably see Boyer next. Got a switch hitter. Sardinia's due up next. Twins just tied it in the bottom of the 6th. Brewers with the go-ahead run at first, and Rogers a swing and a miss. 1-2.
Yeah, Thompson was on the mound when Adam Lind came up and hit that double over the head of Torrey Hunter last night to give the Brewers a lead, and then was taken out.
Now, Hunter did misplay the ball, but it was a line drive off the bat of Lind. Had more carry to it than Hunter thought. Huge play in the game last night. And the Brewers would go on to score 4 more, 5 unanswered in the last 2 innings to win that game 10-5. Much closer than the score would tell you, though. One ball, 2 strikes. Good take by Rogers. Trying to get him to chase. Prior to that run allowed last night by Thompson, he had gone 5 consecutive outings without allowing a run. Most of those outings were as a situational left-hander facing a lefty, but he did pitch a complete inning against Boston in that victory they had on Thursday, giving him his first major league victory.
And he's quite worried about Gene Segura at first base, which is a good thing for Jason Rogers.
Two and 2 now. Rogers pinch hitting. Takes one low, didn't miss by much, but now the count is full, and now we might see Segura take off.
Well, if he can get a jump, this would be more of a hit and run type jump for Segura. You don't want to get picked off. Brewers have made enough outs on the bases today.
Three-two pitch. Segura stays put, and Rogers draws the walk.
That's the patience we were talking about right there. That's a nice at bat for a young hitter off the bench.
Now Molitor now debating, does he have Sardinias hit right-handed, keep the lefty in the game? It looks like he'll do that.
Well, I would imagine that Sardinias is going to be up there to bunt. Advance the base runners with nobody out to bring the top of the order up.
Segura runs very well at second. Rogers below average speed at first. 2 on, nobody out. The Twins just tied it last inning. The Brewers threatening to regain the lead. There's the square. Sardinhas takes a ball.
And you want to bunt it toward Trevor Plouffe at third base, make him vacate the bag. Joe Mauer's going to get a good head start from first base. He has to stay put.
See how the Twins play this defensively. Inside move. Segura back. Thompson's been used a lot. He leads the major leagues in appearances this year. This is the 53rd game of the season. This is the 28th game pitched for Thompson. Sardinhas takes a ball.
Yeah, make him throw strikes.
Young hitters showing some patience in the 7th inning. Segura started it with a 2-strike hit to left.
I wonder with the 2-0 count, you got that Twins infield moving all over the place. You wonder if Counsell's going to let him swing away here. They're in shallow, moving around, opening up a lot of holes.
Sardinhas squares, gets the bunt down. It is toward third. Nobody home over there, and the throw is in time. That was a good play by the pitcher Thompson.
And that's a beautiful bunt. Exactly what you want to do. You want to bunt it down third. Trevor Plouffe has to try and field the baseball, which means nobody at third base. So well done by Luis Sardinhas. You can't roll it out there any better than that.
Sacrifice bunt. Second and third with one away. High fives for Sardinhas. Good execution by the Brewers. It's going to force the hand of Paul Molitor. And back to his bullpen he goes. He's got Blaine Boyer ready to come in. Top of the order is coming up for the Brewers. Moment of action here in the 7th inning at Target Field. We'll take a break. We'll set up the matchup when we come back. Right-hander Blaine Boyer, 28th appearance of the season. Another guy that Molitor has used a lot. He and Thompson. And Rock, this exact matchup came up yesterday, and Gomez won the battle with a double off the right center field wall.
It was on a 2-strike pitch. Check it out. It was a fastball up. Gomez thought he hit it out, but that's a high wall out there in right center. Adam Lind would come on, face Thompson, and that would give the Brewers a lead in that 8th inning.
And now we'll see if Gomez can give him a lead here in the 7th. 2nd and 3rd. Infield in for Minnesota. And Gomez, a line drive, base hit. Segura comes in to score. Rogers right behind him. Carlos Gomez with a 2 RBI single. And the Brewers lead 3-1.
Well, that didn't take long. It was a fastball last night. Boyer starts him out with a slider. And Gomez gives the Brewers a 2-run lead. Hey, good job by the bottom of the order. Only 7, 8, and 9 setting the table, and Gomez cleaning them up. That wasn't a bad pitch either. That slider down. It didn't have the corner, but it was down. With the infield in, Gomez able to hit it hard in the left, and 2-run scores. Our Badger Mutual insurance run of the game. Jason Rogers coming across home plate.
Carlos Gomez on base for the 4th time today. 3 hits and a walk. Huge hit there to give the Brewers the lead, and now it's Lucroy. Matt Garza now staked to a lead once again. Terrific at bat by Jason Rogers, drawing the walk in a pinch hit appearance. Still just 1 out. Ryan Braun to follow. Boyer, the 3rd pitcher of the inning. The first 2 pitchers with runs on their lines. Presley and Thompson. Gomez does have a stolen base today. Stole a base in the 1st. Long pause. Lucroy fouls it away.
Yeah, Paul Myers seems to use his bullpen quite a bit. I mean, he gets these guys in often, but they're not out there very long. He likes the matchups. He subscribes to that Tony La Russa uses of the bullpen. He's not afraid to go to different guys, multiple pitchers in an inning. But if you bring a guy in, if you're maybe 1 or 2 outs, I mean, he's going to be available 3 or 4 times in a week. And Minnesota with 3 of the top 7 in the American League in appearances.
No balls and a strike on Lucroy. Count evens at 1-1.
Actually, 3 of the top 6. Yeah, he gets him in, but he gets him out quickly. Not a lot of pitches per appearance.
Boyer is among that group, and he is making his 28th appearance. He usually backs up Thompson. Those 2 now lead the league in games. Glenn Perkins is the other, the closer. It's pretty rare to find one team with 3 pitchers that are all tied for the league lead in saves to start, or in appearances to start the day. So 3 of the top 6 pitchers with games pitched in the league from one team.
Yeah.
And it's a jam-packed bullpen as well.
Yep, in and out. Get him in, get him out.
Ineffective the last 2 days. There goes Gomez. Lucroy swings and fouls one back. Gomez has had a couple of base running blunders today, but what makes him so great as a player, he can still have great success despite that. A lot of players, you make a move like that, it's tough for them to get going again. Gomez is supremely confident and has a very short memory.
Yep, loves to play the game, and as you mentioned, I was just going to say it, he doesn't really dwell on things that happen, whether they be good or bad. He lives in the moment out there. That's nothing wrong with that, but you'd like to see Gomez cut down on the base running mistakes, because he really doesn't need to do that. He's so fast. Trying to get that extra jump, doesn't need it. But he is who he is, and that's what makes him so exciting to watch. Exciting and frustrating at the same time.
Boyer taking a long time between pitches here, and now Lucroy decides to step out. Wind is kicking up. Clouds are coming in. There's a wave of thunder showers rolling into the area. Boyer to Lucroy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gomez looks like he wants to run. Stays put. Pitch out. And nothing doing. Molitor thinking the same thing. Two and two. And Lucroy, center field. On the run is Hicks. He's got it at the track.
Good solid contact, but dead center, not a lot of money out there. And Hicks made that one look easy. He plays deep out there in center field.
So 2 men are out now. And here comes Ryan Braun. He's on the Powerball home run leaderboard. He hit his 13th homer of the season in the first inning. It was a 2-out home run for Ryan Braun, leading both leagues to start play today. 18 homers. Nelson Cruz in the American League, Bryce Harper and Giancarlo Stanton in the National League. Stanton hit one about, what was it, 480 yesterday, 478.
Yeah, just average for him.
Wow. At Coors Field. Braun with Gomez at first.
I'm anxious to see the home run hitting contest in Cincinnati this year.
Yes.
That ballpark, home run hitting all-star game in Cincy.
Yeah, in the heat of July in Cincinnati.
Those
I'm all in.
Extra tight wound baseballs that they use.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't know that. You just broke a little news right there. I thought that was all legit.
It is. I just made it up
for a home run derby. Home run or the All-Star festivities and home run derby here at Target Field last year, and I was kind of curious to see if the ballpark would come into play, but it didn't really matter all that much. Cespedes, back-to-back years as the home run derby champ. They put on a great show here at the All-Star game last year.
Yep, I was here.
Invited guest to the Twins, were you?
No. The mothership.
Oh, and 2 to Braun. Gomez still at first, leaning, and Braun strikes out to end the inning. Well, the inning is over in the 7th, but Boyer gives up a big hit. The Brewers face 3 pitchers in the 7th inning. Carlos Gomez on the first pitch he sees delivers a single into left center. He drives in 2, breaks a 1-1 tie. It's now 3-1 Milwaukee.
Is presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. The Crew with a 3-1 lead here in the 7th, and the Bucks this afternoon hosting their inaugural summer block party down at Schlitz Park, and it was the big day, the revealing of the new uniforms, both the home, you see the home whites there, the road greens sporting the new colors that they released in April, the green, the cream, and the blue. And now Bobby Dandridge, Vin Baker, Jason Kidd, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jabari Parker, they were all on hand for this reveal. Tons of people downtown Milwaukee for the party as well. And you see the new uniforms there, some interesting features, the M crest, the championship tab, also the Milwaukee road jerseys. It's the first time since 1977 that Milwaukee will be featured on the front of the jersey. So a big day for the Bucks here this afternoon.
Very nice, Sophia, with some multi-layered info on the new units.
Well, she knows all about the Bucks. She works hard all winter with the Bucks.
I like those uniforms. I'm all in with those. And a good turnout at Schlitz Park. Matt Garza now pitching with a lead once again. The Twins tied it in the 6th inning. 2 runs in the 7th. Gomez drives in Segura and Rogers. It is 3-1. 7th inning of work for Matt Garza. This will be pitch number 95 of his day, facing Eddie Rosario.
Yeah, Brewers have activity in their bullpen. Garza has any problems, it's probably going to be a quick hook for him. Michael Blazek getting loose.
There is rain coming shortly. Moving into the Minneapolis downtown area. In the air, right center field. That's going to get down. That's trouble for Garza. Gomez able to cut it off. Rosario's in with a double. A leadoff hit. And for the Twins, it is their 3rd consecutive inning with a lead man on.
Yeah, I would imagine that Craig Counsell's got to be ready to pull the trigger here. Garza with an outstanding appearance today. Not sure if Blazek is ready quite yet. I would imagine one more base runner, if not before, you're going to see Blazek in the game. He's thinking about it.
Checking the lineup. He's got Chris Herman, the backup catcher, at the plate, who is 0 for 2 today. If not for the bottom of the order, Counsell might have made a change. We'll see if he can get Garza through this. First pitch curveball for a strike from Garza.
This is where not having Will Smith available hurts the team. You got one left-hander down there, Neil Kotz, instead of 2.
And Jeremy Jeffress threw 2 innings last night. Unlikely we'll see him today. Broken bat, little flare out to Sardinez, and a close play at second. Out number 1. Back is Rosario. Sardinez puts it away, and another broken bat for Garza. The unofficial broken bat count is up to 5.
Yeah, I was going to say 5 or 6. Still has enough on the fastball, does Garza, to eat him up inside. Well, first pitch curveball, and then because of that curveball for a strike, Herman just can't get out in front of the fastball.
Which will bring up Aaron Hicks. Garza had the bases loaded and nobody out in the 5th inning. And the Brewers at the time led 1-0. Hicks was the key at bat in that inning. With nobody out and the bases full, he popped up to second base. Garza got in on his hands. And then he got a double play ball, did Garza, to end the inning. It just looks so awkward, that hitch that Hicks has.
Right.
And I'm sure they've worked on it over the years. I can't imagine that he's gone up through the Twins system without at some point trying to stop that. But it's.
But the thing about it is, he does it very early.
Lucroy blocks it, but taking third is Rosario. Lucroy did all he could. That's heads up base running by Rosario. He'll advance on a wild pitch.
We've seen that twice now by the Twins in this series. Balls in the dirt. Not getting away too far. Good block by the home plate umpire.
Yeah, you're right. That went right between the legs of Lucroy.
That's like Paul Molitor used to do. I mean, good base running, taking that extra secondary lead. Ball in the dirt, you take off.
Hicks, a ground ball foul.
What I was getting at is that, that hits that he has, it really doesn't come into play affecting his swing too much, because he does it before the ball's on its way to home plate. If he did that right when he started to approach his swing, I mean, that would be another thing. It's kind of his triggering mechanism as opposed to using the legs or the shoulders. Watch when he does it. He's going to do it when he starts his delivery, and then he's going to be done with it. And the hands back up.
Yeah, good point. So if he just picked up the swing from the release of the pitcher, it all looks pretty normal, pretty standard.
There's still a lot of movement to deal with.
Seems like it's really hard on the wrist. Remember Ricky Weeks had that hitch in his swing too, and Gary Sheffield. They're a little bit different. Tom Berdansky, the hitting coach, says do it feels comfortable.
Just get hits.
Just get your hands back in position. There's a swing and a miss. Garza took something off, and Hicks strikes out. 2 outs in the inning, and another huge out with a runner at third base with Hicks at the plate.
And the Twins really pride themselves this year, at least so far, about being able to put the ball in play, doing the little things, and that curveball right on the edge on the outside corner. You can see Hicks out in front and over the top of it. That's a heck of a pitch.
This will be Garza's last hitter, regardless of what happens, you would think. Danny Santana, he swings and fouls it away. Santana grounded into that 6-4-3 double play to end the 5th inning. Garza pulling the magic act, getting out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. Council does have Blazek ready in the bullpen. And it's 0-2, and again Santana, he just cannot get around on that fastball.
No. Paul Molitor's saying, let me get up there, I'll drive that guy in.
It's got to be the most frustrating thing for him, night in, night out. Let me do it. He could do it right now at 58.
You would think, right?
Swing and a foul tip. Lucroy caught it with his bare hand. It hit the glove first, and then Lucroy able to secure it. That's an out. That's a great play by the Brewer catcher. Matt Garza through 7 innings. Check this out. Very rarely see this. Whoop. Get a handle on that, Luke. Attaboy.
Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly.
We are headed to the 8th inning. Brewers are coming up. Matt Garza 7 strong, able to get back-to-back punch-outs of Hicks and Santana. Stranding a runner at third base. 7 innings, 1 run for Garza. He is likely done for the day at 106 pitches.
No walks, only 3 strikeouts, and very effective on the inside corner today.
Adam Lind starts it for Milwaukee. Boyer's back on the mound for Minnesota. And the shift is in place, and Lind is out. A 5-3 putout, technically, with the player that's in that position, Trevor Plouffe. Twins slide their third baseman over into the second base position, leave their shortstop in place on the shift.
That makes sense, right? You only have 1 guy out of position as opposed to 2.
Here's Ramirez with 1 away. Ramirez bounced into a double play his last time up. Hit the ball sharply in the 4th. Had a line drive out to center. His bat has been hit or miss this season. He's hitting in the low 200s coming into play. And a strike from Boyer.
It just seems like he's been caught in between. Yeah, behind the fastball, out in front of the breaking stuff, the off-speed pitches. Very aggressive early in the count. He always has been.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Aramis. Boyer delivers and Ramirez takes. 3-2 is the count.
Of course, slow starts are nothing new to Aramis Ramirez. It's been a career issue for him. He's just waiting for it to warm up a little bit so he can get hot. I know Craig Counsell's hoping for that.
Trying to get a finishing kick out of Ramirez in his last year in the big leagues. Whatever he does this year, he'll be able to walk away from the game with a lot of pride about what he's been able to accomplish numbers wise. He's been one of the most productive third basemen in Major League history. Homers and RBIs.
Unless you see him play every day, you really don't appreciate Ramirez and his abilities at third base. You know, he's lost his step over the last couple of years, but if he can get to it, he's usually going to be able to make the play. Range is somewhat limited these days.
As it is for all of us.
Yeah.
Foul pop out of play.
Which is why Craig Counsell with leads late in games, he replaces them. Getting a little bit more range over there at third base.
The move recently has been Hernan Perez to play third base for Ramirez. Might see that in the bottom of the 8th. Boyer deals it, and Ramirez right to the shortstop Santana. Ranges over and makes a play. Hit it hard, but Santana jumped it quickly for the second out. All right, Rock, Matt Garza, he's in the spotlight today, and 7 strong innings have given the Brewers a chance to win back-to-back games.
Look where most of these pitches are for Garza when he was able to get his outs. I mean, most of the time, all day long, able to pound the inside corner with a fastball. It's been very effective. He's broken about a half a dozen bats today, and when he's needed his strikeouts, he's been able to get them. He's only struck out 3, but he got 2 big ones to end the 7th inning.
Here's Parra now. 2 key at-bats, or 4 key at-bats to the same hitters on 2 occasions. The 5th inning got Hicks and Santana on the pop-up and the double play with the bases loaded. And those same 2 batters last inning in the 7th, back-to-back strikeouts with a runner at 3rd. And give Craig Counsell a lot of credit for leaving him in the game. Parra, a little roller. Boyer will flip it, and that will retire the Brewers in the 8th. Twins are coming up. Brewers have a 3-1 lead. Looks like Jonathan Broxton is next up for Counsell.
Mexico Restaurant and Lounge. They get the award for the longest name in Tavern of the Game history. They're in Racine. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game this year. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. As Jonathan Broxton takes over for the 23rd time. A 1-2 record. Throwing the baseball much better. He's been able to get some double play balls. The slider is back for Broxton. And the velocity seems to be getting a little bit better. 95, 96 miles an hour. Broxton last pitched on Monday against the Cardinals and tossed a scoreless inning.
Craig Counsell had taken him out of the 8th inning role. As you see, Hernan Perez in the game defensively for Ramirez. Jeffers had taken the 8th inning spot, the setup spot, but here is Broxton after Jeffers threw 2 innings last night. Trying to get it to K-Rod. 3-1 the score. Top of the order for the Twins with Dozier, followed by Robinson, then Mauer.
Craig Counsell likes the big velocity at this point in the batting order. Dozier, Mauer, those kind of guys.
Broxton trying to keep the line moving on this outstanding run the Brewers bullpen have been on. Brewers bullpen allowing just 1 run over the last 29 1/3. That ball's hit deep, and it was coming. Dozier sends it out. Broxton's troubles continue with a home run ball. It's 3-2 now. Dozier with 2 hits today, his 11th homer of the season.
Well, the problem is for Jonathan Broxton, that fastball so straight. First one at 93 miles an hour. Dozier just turned around a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and a nice short stroke and lines it out of here into left center. Well, so the Twins within 1 run.
3-2. Dozier scored both runs. Perfect contact. Here's Shane Robinson. Broxton has now allowed 5 home runs. Only has 20 innings this year.
And that's most of the damage that he's allowed. I mean, home runs with men on base. Fastball very straight these days for Broxton.
Well, a key hitter here for Broxton with Joe Mauer coming up next. Certainly don't want to have to face him with somebody on.
Yeah, nobody loosening in that Brewers bullpen. This is his inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And he doesn't bite. Broxton has now given up 16 earned runs in 20 innings of work. What a disaster for him this year. Got him up the ladder with a fastball, and down goes Robinson. First out of the inning, a strikeout for Broxton.
Well, his slider just barely missed that outside corner. Robinson took it, then he climbed the ladder on him with a big fastball. Slider away, then you come back with this. It was supposed to be away, ended up in a pretty good spot, up and in, out of the strike zone. Lucroy wanted that pitch away.
1 away for Joe Mauer. 2 out of 3 today. He drove in a game-tying run in the 6th. Brewers then scored 2 in the 7th on a Carlos Gomez 2 RBI single. Mauer with 2 hits and 3 RBIs yesterday, and a 3-run homer. 2 hits today. He's driven 1 in. 34 runs batted in for him. Trevor Plouffe on deck. Three games have gone final today in the big leagues. Rangers beat the Royals today. So it's a big opportunity for the Twins to add a game in the standings. On the ground, Segura, he'll hustle this one over this time. Mauer is out, 2 gone. So Broxton after the home run, retiring Robinson and Mauer. 2 away for Trevor Plouffe.
That one had a little wrinkle on it, going away from Mauer, and he easy ground ball out to short. Always feel good when you get that guy out. It's not going to hurt you too much with a long ball, but boy, is he a tough out.
You know, and as you look at the way this inning in this game is set up, if Broxton can get Plouffe, can get through this 8th inning, then you don't necessarily have to face those heavy hitters. With just one at bat remaining in regulation. Do the heavy lifting against the top of the order, and if you can survive it, it sets up Frankie Rodriguez very well for the 9th. But
got to get there first.
You got to get there. Two outs for Plouffe. He is hitless in the series, 0 for 7. He's had a lot of outs in the air, a lot of pop-ups and narrow misses on the bat. He has 8 homers this year. He's driven in 30. Been a steady run producer for the Twins. 1-2.
Got away with a flat slider right there. Plouffe sitting all over a fastball and taking that slider right down the middle. Didn't have much movement at all.
He doesn't bite. 2-2.
Throw him another one. He's all over the fastball right now.
Brewers have been able to keep this big crowd quiet so far today. 3-2 Milwaukee. Broxton delivers. Plouffe takes a ball high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Torrey Hunter is due up next. Another guy you'd rather have lead off an inning with nobody on as opposed to batting with a runner on, representing the go-ahead run. See what Broxton has in mind here. 3-2 the count. 2 outs in the Twins' 8th.
Yeah, well, with the fastball, that's the pitch that Plouffe has been waiting for. That one down the middle, a little bit up. That's why he was able to get it by him. Just fouled it off.
Do it again. Another 3-2 pitch. Got him. That was the slider that made Broxton an all-star with the Dodgers. A nasty breaking ball. Down and out. Inning over. Twins get a run. It's now 3-2.
Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Book your stay now. Hi, everybody. This is Jeff Grayson at Target Field. Stay with us after this one. Davey Nelson will join me for Brewers Live postgame. We'll look at the eventful day for Carlos Gomez. He was everywhere. We'll also have player reaction and hear from manager Craig Counsell. It's all on Brewers Live postgame from Target Field. Let's go back upstairs to B.A. and Rock.
All right, Jeff, thanks. Looking forward to that. Brewers Live postgame coming your way, and the Brewers are hoping it is shortly. Hanging on to a one-run lead, 3-2 the score as we go to the 9th. Craig Counsell has navigated his way to a one-run lead. He stuck with Garza for the 7th. Garza responded well. He's in line for the win. Broxton works the 8th, gives up 1 run. And it is 3-2. Tim Stauffer is on the mound for Minnesota.
I saw him last night. He gave up 3 runs in the 9th inning to give the Brewers a 5-run lead. Still trying to come back. Not himself quite yet. 10th season for Stauffer. 9 years. First 9 years with the Padres.
Gene Segura leads the way. Look out. Wow, how did that miss him? Twins fans are hawking at Segura a little bit. His at-bat that came back in the 4th inning. It was a pitch like that. It looked like it may have hit him, but it actually hit the bat for a foul ball. Segura kind of played it up like it hit him. He walked to first. The athletic trainer came out, and they actually went to a replay challenge, and it was overturned from a hit by pitch to a foul ball strike. Just for a little context. On a defensive swing, down he goes. Segura strikes out. 2 for 4 today.
Twins obviously trying to beat him up inside here. Hey, it's another big weekend at Miller Park. Next Thursday, June 11th through Sunday the 14th, as the Washington Nationals come to town for a 4-game set, featuring a t-shirt giveaway on Friday, an OAR concert on Saturday, and Carlos Gomez bobblehead day on Sunday. For tickets, visit Brewers.com today.
Jason Rogers, 2nd plate appearance. He came in as a pinch hitter for Shane Peterson. Rogers drew a key walk in that 7th inning, setting up Gomez's 2 RBI single. No balls, 2 strikes on Rogers. There's Frankie Rodriguez getting ready for a save opportunity. They have been few and far between as Rogers strikes out. Stauffer making quick work of him. Back-to-back Ks here in the 9th.
And both of the strikeouts coming on high fastballs for Tim Stauffer. Normally a sinker slatter guy, not a big strikeout pitcher, but he's got 2 in a row.
Looking ahead to the Twins 9th. Torrey Hunter, Eddie Rosario, and Chris Herman. Might see a hitter for Herman. Sardinez fouls it off quickly. 0-2. Stauffer just pouring in the strikes here. Stauffer with 10 pitches, 8 of them for strikes. 1-2 now. No changeup misses. Gomez due next. 2-2. Sardinez over to third. Plute bobbles and no chance. Sardinez will reach. Plouffe tried to backhand it, knowing he had to come up and make a strong throw with the speedy base runner. That will extend the inning for Carlos Gomez.
Yeah, good speed on first base with Sardinas, and a normally sure-handed Plouffe. Maybe thinking about that last at bat. Sometimes those things get in your head and you take it into your fielding. So a break for the Brewers.
And a hot hitter steps in. Gomez has 3 hits. He's been on base 4 times. Bumped his batting average up to 280. 3 hits and a walk. Had a 2 RBI single to break a 1-1 tie in the 7th. That gets away from Herman, and Sardinas into second base. So after the error by Plouffe, a wild pitch puts Sardinas at second, and the Brewers have a chance to add an insurance run.
Yeah, 8th inning, the Brewers were able to take the lead last night. 2 outs, nobody on, 3 consecutive hits. Let's see if they can do that again.
Gomez into right center field. That's going to get down. To the wall it goes. Sardinas scores, and Carlos Gomez with a 4-hit day. His 3rd RBI, and the Brewers lead it 4-2.
Yeah, did the same thing last night, driving one off the wall in right center. He doesn't waste any time. A 1-0 pitch. After the ball went to the screen, he takes Stauffer into right center. So Gomez having a heck of a day. Fastball, a pitch that you would ordinarily pull. That's why he pulls the hands in and slices that one away from Hicks. And the Brewers get that run back. There's a nice insurance run.
On base for the 5th time. What a day for Carlos Gomez. It's his first 4-hit game of the season.
And the Brewers take advantage of that error by Plouffe and able to put another run on the board.
The last 3 RBIs from Carlos Gomez. Now has 24 for the year. Lucroy with Gomez at second. There is a strike. The Twins bullpen, when they have the lead, their late bullpen, when it's tied or they have the lead, is very good. Casey Fiend and Glenn Perkins can match up with any 8-9 pitchers in the big leagues, but it's not necessarily the case when they're trailing. Chance of let's go Brewers have riled up the Twins fans here. Let's go Brewers.
Brewers fans poking the bear here. Literally, right? TC Bear.
And a swing and a miss by Lucroy. 1-2 the count. Brewers fans haven't had a whole lot to cheer about all season. They're going to take it when they can. This has been a good one today, and they won last night. Loud and proud. That's what makes this series so fun.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what the records are, right?
There's always a lot of Twins fans at Miller Park, and always a lot of Brewer fans here at Target Field. Lucroy trying to add another one. 4-2 Milwaukee. They have 10 hits after posting 12 hits yesterday. What a day for Gomez. 3 singles, a double, a walk.
Yeah, it was Adam Lind yesterday. Carlos Gomez today.
Lind is anxious for an at-bat. He's still in the hold right now. Braun due next. Thinking 2-out rally. This inning opened up with an error by Plouffe. Should have been a 1-2-3 inning for Stauffer. Lucroy hanging tough.
That's what the Brewers have been able to do so far in this series. Take advantage of mistakes by the Twins, a couple last night. That ground ball to third today, able to add on.
The 1-2. Lucroy, little tapper to the mound. And this is going to end the inning. But Carlos Gomez, his first 4-hit game of the season, his first 3 RBI game of the season. He's come up big today, on base 5 times. And a run producer out of the leadoff spot. And the Brewers have a 2-run lead with Francisco Rodriguez coming on the pitch. Rewind. Brewers getting some early activity today. Ryan Braun with a first-inning home run. Back-to-back games with first-inning homers for the Brew Crew. Matt Garza was fantastic. 7 innings, just 1 run allowed. He got out of a couple of huge jams. He's in line for the win, and Carlos Gomez having the best day of his season. 4 hits, a walk, 3 RBIs. Broke a 1-1 tie in the 7th with a 2 RBI single, and then drove in an insurance run with a double in the top of this inning. And that sets us up for Francisco Rodriguez. Save opportunity coming. Got a 2-run lead to work with.
He has been unscored upon in 16 of his last 19 appearances. Picked up save number 9 on Monday against the Cardinals. That was a 1-0 victory for the Brewers. You see that earned run average at 142. He's got the bottom half of the order to deal with here in the 9th.
Torrey Hunter will lead off for the Twins. Hunter, Rosario, and then Chris Herman, the scheduled hitters. Twins don't have much of a bench, but you might see Paul Molitor make a move with Herman coming up.
Yeah, there's only 3 guys on that bench.
Brewers trying to make it back-to-back victories here in Minnesota. Twins have dominated this series as of late. They've won 7 of their last 10. Council had a couple of roll the dice moments in this one. He allowed Garza to stay, and he got through the 7th, and then he brought Broxton on for the 8th. After giving up a home run to start the inning to Dozier, he ended up retiring the next 3. Torrey Hunter, 1 out of 3 today on Torrey Hunter Jersey Day at Target Field. Showed bunt.
Yeah, just trying to get on base. Had no intention really of bunting. He's trying to distract K-Rod. Hadn't had a whole lot of success against him.
And he lost him. Leadoff walk. Torrey Hunter with a good at bat. He is aboard. The tying run will bat in this night. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Day game again tomorrow. Airtime is 12:30. First pitch just after 1 o'clock Central. Mike fires. Mike Pelfrey. Pelfrey's done a bang-em-up job for the Twins this year. ERA of 2.59. The former Met. So that'll be tomorrow for the series finale. K-Rod trying to get the Brewers there with a chance at a sweep.
This guy's had a good day at the plate.
Eddie Rosario, and he takes a ball low. Rosario has 2 hits. He has a single and a double on his line tonight. Twins have left 5. In there, a strike.
Yeah, right on that outside corner. That's been the key to K-Rod's success this year, that fastball location. Talk all you want about the curveball and the changeup, but able to locate the fastball pretty well.
Popped him up. Should stay playable. Perez over the shoulder, and he makes the catch. Heck of a play by Hernan Perez.
Well, it looked like he might have had time to turn around, but kind of drifted out there and able to make the basket catch over the shoulder. Well, it doesn't matter how, let's just get it done.
Not an easy play, especially with the wind swirling through target field. Yeah, right in the basket.
Right in the webbing.
Big out for Francisco Rodriguez. A foul pop for the first out. And instead of Chris Herman, Kurt Suzuki will bat.
Got Escobar and Nunez available on the bench. Escobar is switch hitter.
So the everyday catcher of the Twins will hit for the backup. Kurt Suzuki takes a strike. Yesterday, Minnesota had 10 hits. Suzuki had 2 of them. He was 2 for 4. A .247 hitter coming into play today. Brewers are thinking double play to end this game. Get out of here with another win. Nice pick by Lucroy. Keeps Hunter at first base.
A lot of fastballs in this inning so far by Francisco Rodriguez. Good hands by Lucroy.
Frankie had a save to start this road trip in St. Louis on Monday. That was his 9th save of the year. He pitched in the 17-inning game as well. With an inning in that Arizona game. But he hasn't pitched much. Goes from Monday to Saturday between appearances.
He can get away with it. The more rest he gets, he says, the better off he is. Not many can say that.
Pitched in an all-star game here last year, right here at Target Field. Suzuki fouls it off. It's quite an accomplishment for Frankie Rodriguez. Not only to get back in a closer's role, but to pitch at an all-star level bit of redemption for K-Rod.
Tremendous first half last year for Frankie.
Went 5 seasons between all-star appearances. Here's a 1-2 to Suzuki. Rolls over one. Segura flips. Sardinha's the turn. The throw in time. A double play to end the game. Francisco Rodriguez with his 10th save. And Craig Counsell and the Brewers with back-to-back wins against the first-place Twins. Gomez with 4 hits, 3 runs batted in, on base 5 times. And the Brew Crew rock coming up with a 4-2 victory here at Target Field.
Boy, how about the pitching for the Brewers? The bullpen continues to shine, and Francisco Rodriguez looked like an off-speed pitch. Suzuki rolls over on it, and the Brewers turn yet another double play. They got themselves out of a jam earlier with a double play, and they ended here with a double play, 6-4-3. And boy, you love the enthusiasm. You saw it from Garza early, and now Francisco Rodriguez. Now the Brewers with a 2-game winning streak and looking to sweep the Twins tomorrow.
And now we'll see some enthusiasm.